Trump tells the Post tremendous things will happen in the Middle East next week. So here's a clip from Trump going through some of the details. Let's check this clip out.
As you know, last night we reached a momentous breakthrough in the Middle East, something that people said was never going to be done.
I'm going to tell you for sure what's going to happen. He's going to do the same shit again to embarrass Trump, to leverage Trump again. Before those hostages come back, there will be a new set of shit that happens. Here's why. Netanyahu is using these attacks to maintain his power in Israel.
Well, because if peace happens and
they're going to boot him.
Yeah, he's gone.
It's only going to discredit Trump further with everybody else. And this is going to be the same old thing because Netanyahu has to, because if he doesn't, he's going to be pulled from power and probably prosecuted. What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to reality. Guys, today we have Andy and DJ
Cruise the internet.
That's what we're going to do. That's what CTI stands for. It stands for Cruise the Internet. We're going to put topics on the screen. We're going to speculate on what's true and what's not true. We're probably going to laugh at a bunch of these people, and then we're going to talk about how we the people have to solve these problems going on in the world, all right? Other times throughout the week, we're going to have Real Talk. Real Talk is 5 to 20 minutes of me giving you some real talk. We have Q&AF. That's where you submit questions and we answer them. Those come out every Monday. And then we have 75 Hard Verses. 75 Hard Verses where people who have completed the 75 Hard program come on the show. They talk about how their life was before, how their life is now, and how they use the 75 Hard program to transform their lives. If you're unfamiliar with 75 Hard, it is the initial phase of the Live Hard program, which is the world's most popular mental transformation program ever. And by the way, it's free. You can get it at episode 208 on the audio feed. Again, that's 208 on the audio feed. Or you can go to andyfrisella.com and buy the book on mental toughness. It will be inside that book, the entire program, plus a whole bunch of other information on mental toughness, how to cultivate it and use it in your life. So with that being said, go buy the book, get the program for free. Do whatever you got to do, but get your shit together. All right?
That's right.
We got a fee.
We do have a
fee. Is very simple. Don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
All right.
All right.
Just as a reminder, next week is Dollar Days at 7-Eleven. I know we don't run ads on the show, but we're going to make an exception right now.
We're going to do one right now.
Yeah. So here's the deal for Dollar Days, guys. Starting Monday to the following Wednesday, we need you. Turn the chat on. I got to talk to the chat. All right, guys. I need your help. I need you to go to 7-Eleven next week. I need you to buy a Form Energy. They're just $1. DJ, you don't have to steal them.
That's right.
All right. I need you to buy 2. And I need you to go every single day for the next 10 days from Monday and buy 2. Spend $2. All right. I'm going to ask you for $20. Drink one, give one to a friend.
That's right.
7-Eleven only. You guys down for that? All right. Tag me in the post. All right. And 7-Eleven too.
You know, if you've ever...
Look at that. Look at that. Everybody's in, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's buying 20.
Yeah.
That's right.
Everybody's in.
Well, I mean, listen, if you've ever thought about...
By the way, I will be... I guess I can tell them.
Yeah.
So I will be in Riverside, California at 7-Eleven for a pop-up car show. This is top secret here, all right? For a pop-up car show on Tuesday.
Ain't top secret no more.
Yeah. I will post the address on my Instagram story. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Andy Frisella, and it's that simple. I will post the address of the 7-Eleven. We will be back at Riverside, California, from 5 to 8 p.m., 4 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday. All right? So bring your cars. Bring your hot chicks.
Bring $2.
Bring $2.
That's right.
All right, and let's have a good time. So I will be there. DJ will be there too.
I will be there.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking too. You know, like if you've ever had that burning desire to want to like leave your family, you can get that feeling by drinking a Grape Form Energy without all of the actual negative side effects. Without actually leaving.
All right.
Yeah, man. That's it.
So I appreciate you guys helping us there. You know, I don't normally come to California. but I'm making an exception.
I think anybody normally wants to go to California.
And then, by the way, I'm going to be in a few other cities next week, which we will announce
as time comes closer. That's right.
Goes by.
That's right.
So I will be traveling the country next week with my cars. I'm bringing my cars, and we'll have a good time.
We will have a great time.
So
Portland, Oregon. Somebody's.
I'm not coming to Portland, bro. You know what? Fuck Portland. Oh, by the way, we have a guest.
We do have a guest.
Mr. Chad Robichaux is in the house. What's up, dude?
Here. Yeah, not from Portland.
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm happy to be here. I got a good workout in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to beat up on my diet.
I did, yeah.
But I felt the pressure. Dude, I have your bio, but like, you are a very accomplished man. Like, there's a lot here, and I don't even think it would do it. Like, I'm trying to read. Like, there's a lot here. You're pretty awesome. I feel like we got to talk about you. So I'll read a short sum of it for those that don't know. But you're from New Orleans.
I grew up in some very South Louisiana.
Yeah, okay.
I grew up about an hour south of New Orleans, like
gotcha.
Mud between your toes, like real South Louisiana.
I'm gonna say, how much further south can you get?
It's all water. It's all water, but yeah.
But you served Marine Corps. You had 8 deployments to Afghanistan as part of a Joint Special Operations Command Task Force. In 2021, you led the largest civilian evacuation in American history, rescuing over 17,000 people who were trapped during the Afghanistan withdrawal. Former professional MMA champion, number 6 world-ranked fighter with an 18-2 record. 17 of those wins were by submission, right?
Yes.
All right.
That's the jiu-jitsu, like, little the jiu-jitsu pride there.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Founder and chairman of Mighty Oaks Foundation. You've raised over $100 million for veterans and charity. You were the former chairman, White House Faith-Based Veteran Care Coalition. You're an author. You're awesome. You're amazing. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That's a lot. I mean, like,
So you were on the ground at the evacuation of Afghanistan?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I mean, the evacuation was not, I wouldn't say just the evacuation. The withdrawal was, horrific in the sense that didn't need to happen, shouldn't have happened. Bagram Air Force Base, the most strategic place on the globe, sits between Iraq, Iran, Russia, and China.
And we just gave it up.
We gave it up. Yeah. And the excuse that the American people were sold by mainstream media and the White House was that we were doing it because of our troops had been in this 20-year endless war. The truth is, in 2018, the war was over. We had shifted to support an advisory role of the Afghan National Army and Afghan National Police. The entire international community were participating. It was working. And I think President Trump probably in 2018 should have declared the Afghan war over. That would have been a big victory for him. He didn't. But it created opportunity for President Biden to make the decision to withdraw, and the only people that benefited was China, Iran, Pakistan, ISI.
That's shocking because when we look into who was giving Biden all his money, it happens to be China.
It happens to be China. Yeah, there's a connection there.
Hey, Joe Biden, here's some money. Give us our base.
Exactly. They occupied it almost immediately.
Yeah.
They wanted the Chinese occupied it. We left $80 billion in equipment. One of the things I had said right before that on Fox News, and people were saying it was conspiracy, but was that China had wanted the mineral rights in the Hindu Kush Mountains, trillions of dollars. It's beyond trillions. It's an infinite amount of money, and they assumed those mineral rights from the Hindu Kush Mountains in September. We left in August 31st. In September, they had those mineral rights for the Hindu Kush Mountains, and so the excuse again was that our troops were there. We only had 1,500 troops there at one point, 2,500 about the time of the withdrawal. I can name 10 places right now in the world that we have that. So we still have 80,000 troops in Japan since World War II, 35,000 in South Korea, 40,000 in Germany. Why?
It's bullshit.
Afghanistan. It's bullshit, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Dude, I feel like the Afghan withdrawal, that was like I think that was a very important time for a lot of our veterans, where there was like some realizations that were kind of coming. I think, everybody, at least, we had plenty of veterans on the show. We have a lot of good buddies, a lot of people that are still active duty. I think for a lot of people, it was the Afghan withdrawal specifically. I think and I love your take on it, but I feel like for a lot of people, it kind of made this realization of like, the whole military industrial complex we talk about. And I've heard a lot of veterans say, like, man, like I feel like all of this was for nothing.
Well, I mean, it gave you youth. Like, I mean, I went to Afghanistan the first time when I was 29, but I gave my most formidable years, like I was a Force Recon Marine. I went on a contract with a JSOC task force unit and did 8 deployments. So that was a lot of my life was invested in Afghanistan. Over those years, lost 15 friends. My son deployed to Afghanistan, the same war as me. Like, a lot was invested. We have, people lost their lives, lost their friends, lost their youth there, and so to watch it just be given away. The same thing happened in 2011 in Iraq when we left Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq. Those guys that fought in Ramadi and Fallujah, and so it was a repeat over. And so at Mighty Oaks Foundation, where we've served over 500,000 warriors there, our biggest spike, our biggest influx of applications for veterans and active duty service members to come to Mighty Oaks for dealing with combat trauma or anxiety, depression was during the Afghan withdrawal. Yeah. They were just like, no one knew what to do. They
just felt like defeat.
They felt defeated. Like they didn't feel like there was an answer. And a lot of this thing, when we were doing evacuations, I mean, obviously people were thankful we were doing evacuations, but a lot of service members were like, thank you. It just gave some kind of validation and value that something was getting done.
I know a lot of people have friends. Like I got a buddy, he was also a Marine, former Marine. I know you guys don't say former Marine, right?
Yeah, but, Marine Corps funny about that.
Like he had a buddy that he was a translator over there.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't like that was a different perspective, right? Like obviously, yes, you lose friends, you lose, your comrades, your battle buddies, but there were friends, Afghan nationals who were translators and people like that were left behind, by our forces, and it was like, or our administration, I guess, if you will. But that was a different perspective that I learned. Like I didn't.
Well, that's how it started for me. I mean, I didn't go to Afghanistan, no withdrawal, to do this massive rescue. We went to get Aziz. Aziz did 8 deployments with me. I was a singleton AFO, so I worked by myself with Aziz, living out where the Taliban wasn't. And so Aziz saved my life multiple times. I lived in his home. I played soccer with his kid. I held his babies when they were born. Wow. So he's family to me. So initially it was to go get Aziz, and then during the process of building a team to go get Aziz, we watched what was unfolding. We said, hey, let's get as many interpreters, Americans, women, children, as many vulnerable people as we can. And then honestly, like I've said this everywhere, God orchestrated a miracle because I'm not capable of pulling it off. Like I know you gave me an accolade for that, but I'm not capable of pulling it off. It was every step of that operation was completely impossible. It was like miracle after miracle after miracle happened to get access to go to Bagram Air Force Base as a civilian, to get people without visas off of that base to another country, to be able to get aircraft in. It was $50 million. I had to raise $50 million in the period of 3 days. Yeah. And so
it's crazy.
So it was a miraculous event that took place, but it all started because of me having a heart for my friend Aziz, who I love, and I would have done anything for her, and just saying, hey, I can't sit back on the couch and watch it. I got to go get my friend, and that just blew up from there. But so many interpreters are still left behind.
And they're very vulnerable because they help the other side.
Well, we have not only did we that, but the biometrics system that has all of our interpreters, all of the guys that worked with us through the Afghan National Army, Afghan National Police, the prosecutors, the district attorneys, that whole system, the system that captured, prosecuted, and jailed Taliban, that system was given to the Taliban with a list of who they are. And so now here's a list of your enemies. And by the way, we're going to give you $80 million a week because that's what we had been giving them until this administration came in and shut it down. So we're giving them $80 million a week, half of it in cash, and to people that were on the terrorist watch list.
Why?
For counterterrorism and humanitarian aid. So the counterterrorism was half coming in cash, but total of $80 million a week that we were giving to Taliban.
So was that like a bounty we're paying them so they don't with us, or what? What was the reasoning to pay them that?
Well, because now the Biden administration had said the Taliban is now the legitimate government, and now that they're the legitimate government, they're going to have to be able to do humanitarian aid for the people left in Afghanistan, the 40 million people, the 20 million women that they sexually enslaved immediately, right? They got to do humanitarian aid. So here's 40 million a week for that. And now we don't want the Doha agreement says you can't have terrorism there. And so we can give you another $40 million in cash 2 terrorists who are on a terrorist watch list, including bin Laden's son, including the people that were holding 3 American prisoners. By the way, we're giving them this cash, and you're going to do counterterrorism with that, which is a violation of the Doha Agreement because the Taliban is a terrorist organization, right? If I would, during the evacuation, if I would have gave the Taliban $500 cash to go through a checkpoint, the DOJ would have prosecuted me for giving money to a terrorist organization. But the administration was giving $80 million a week to them. And so a lot of people don't know this, right? Because it's pretty quiet. But
of course, it's quiet.
That's the the kind of stuff that was happening behind the scenes, and
that's insane, bro.
And meanwhile, they're committing every kind of atrocity. I mean, you're talking. I mean, take the political whatever out of it. Like any feminist or anybody who's like a human rights person that can't speak up for these women, 20 million women and little girls immediately stripped of their human rights. Little girls as young as 9 years old being immediately sexually enslaved. If they're a family member of like a former ANA soldier or interpreter, they literally be raped probably 20 times a day until they didn't want to live anymore. Were just garbage, or they'd be married off to some Taliban, monster like 50-year-old dude. And
right.
Just rape every day the rest of her life. Like, no one's speaking up for these people. They can't go to school. They can't see a doctor. They can't be a doctor. And they're not allowed to see a male doctor, so they can't even have medical care.
Yeah.
Can't read a book. Like,
that's fine.
It's insane that we would give money to that. Like,
that's wild. What?
That's our money, bro.
It's our money.
That's the money they take out of our checks to do that with.
No.
That's insane, bro.
Now, I haven't followed, I guess, because it's been a few years since the withdrawal. What
that really makes you feel shitty about being an American.
Well, I think that's
I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, fuck, dude. That makes us all part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Those dollars right now, the reason our government shut down as we sit here right now is the debate in the budget is over those types of things in the budget. Like, those things have been pulled out. The transgender parade in wherever South America, like those things are being pulled out, and so they're stomping their feet to get those things back in. You want to see the items that they're arguing over, it's these types of things.
Yeah.
Which is going to permanently cost a bunch of people their jobs, because they were just talking today that some of these cuts are going to be permanent.
Yeah.
I was on the phone this morning with the White House, and we had some meetings scheduled for Veterans Care, and all those very important meetings that we had scheduled for Veterans Care, all those meetings are canceled because there's people that are furloughed, they're not in office, so we just can't. Yeah, all the stuff that I do with veterans in D.C. we can't do right now because Monty Fufu wants a parade in Ecuador.
You got a fucked up government when they shut down, and unless you're employed by the government, you can't even tell. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Anyway,
it's crazy, man.
Well,
easy solution would be that
kill them all.
I mean, look, any job, we're sitting here in First Form right now. If the board members of this company, you guys couldn't come with a budget, they'd be like, "Don't leave until you have a budget. Like, we need an annual budget to run the company. Don't leave the boardroom until you have a budget." And by the way, like, the first people that should have their pay cut are the people that can't collect the budget, right? Like,
and those people still getting paid.
Yeah, don't let Congress shouldn't get paid, and they shouldn't be allowed to leave the Capitol until the budget's passed.
Yeah,
that's what they were elected to do.
Yeah, and anyone that wants to give our money for transgender parades in Uzbekistan should have their head chopped off.
Yeah.
How about that? Clip that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, man. Yeah. Yeah, now I was going to say on the Afghan withdrawal, because it's been a few years. I'll be honest, I haven't followed much of what's happening over there since then. What would you say is the atmosphere? What's the temperature over there right now? What's the status of it, I guess?
Well, I mean, it's exactly what anyone would have predicted. It's become a terrorist hotbed. I mean, they've systematically have hunted down. I've worked with several organizations that are dealing with, like, the attorney generals and all the prosecutors. They have systematically hunted them down and executed them. Our interpreters, and then I just mentioned the atrocities to the women, and the Taliban, like any other third world thugs, have basically used that money to empower themselves over the people, and use food and shelter.
Just like America.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they use our money to do it, right? And and so there's a lot of awareness that still needs to be out there, and the UN. It's back and forth with the UN's going to give them this money or not, because they're, the world is treating them like a legitimate country, and they're not. They are a terrorist organization, and they're still committing, they're still plotting and committing acts of terrorism. Al Qaeda is there training. When we left there was 4 Al Qaeda training camps within a year of us being gone. This Doha agreement that was supposed to prevent that. Within a year of us being gone, there was almost 100 Al Qaeda training camps. And that's a threat to us.
Yeah.
Right. So, by the way, I wrote a book. It's a bestseller called Saving Aziz, and it's being made into a motion picture film.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I haven't announced it anywhere yet, so this will be the first. We actually have a director attached, Erickson Cole. He made the new Point Break. He made Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. Did all the Fast and Furious cinematography for all the Fast and Furious
That's
movies.
awesome, man.
So
Congrats on that.
Yeah, I mean it's
exciting.
It's exciting. It's scary.
They cast it yet?
They're going to start casting here soon. They're doing a final polish on the script, which Max Adams, who wrote Terminal List.
Yeah,
he's an awesome dude. He wrote Terminal List season 1, season 2. So they're doing a final polish on the script. They're going to film it. I don't know if I can say where they're going to film it. I'll tell you guys off air where they're going to film it. But
did they cast you yet?
But they didn't. They didn't cast me yet. So that's the next thing.
Who would you like to have cast as you?
Man, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. All right. You guys are about the same size.
Nah, I don't know, man. It's like I mean, it's super scary, by the way, because the veteran community has a lot of hate in them.
Oh yeah,
and so no
There's
matter
a lot of
how
jealousy,
it's done,
a lot of bitterness.
no matter how it's done, we're gonna get it.
People are gonna get mad.
People are gonna be mad, right?
That's not what it really happened.
Yeah. So, and it's a Hollywood movie,
Yeah.
but to me, like, I really want it to be something that highlights like everyone involved, because so many people were involved, and when the government did completely abandoned everyone, including Americans, good people stood up and did the right thing.
Yeah.
And this amazing thing happened, and I want to highlight that. And so I feel like through the process, I've been able to responsibly steward it in Hollywood, which is hard, and I think it's going to come out really well. There's good people
awesome.
involved, and I think it's come out good. And they got a huge budget. It's in the tens of millions, so it's not like a small.
Yeah. It's not an indie film.
No, it's good. It's pretty big. I mean, Erickson's A-list director.
Yeah.
So
I know who he is. Hey, so chat. So let's say
Jason
who should play Chad in Saving Aziz?
Me, Chad,
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
The Rock.
All right. So if DJ was in Saving Aziz, who's going to play DJ?
Danny DeVito.
Drewski. Suge Knight. All right. If I was in there, who's playing me? This is gonna get gay.
Michael Chandler for Chad. That's not bad.
Yeah, Michael Chandler.
Somebody put Mark Wahlberg in. The great
I like
thing
that.
is Mark Wahlberg and Erickson are very good friends. The director, because they did Invincible together, and so that is a strong possibility.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
And he's super patriotic.
I mean, Ron Jeremy for me. That's
Be very inaccurate.
You turn the chat off. DJ turns the chat off. They're gonna give me cool ones.
Expected release? They have that.
Well, I mean,
yet?
Movies are like go really slow and then they go really fast. So it was been 3 years almost, and now it's going to go really fast because they have a director attached. The script's going to be done with the final polish will be done at the end of this month, and they'll cast probably in the next. They'll cast before January, and then so I would say it'll be done in less than a year.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Now, we have another thing coming up. We have Shadow Figures. So
Okay.
I can't say the network is coming out on. We got the show coming out called Shadow Figures. It's pretty cool. It's all the mysteries and conspiracies that everyone loves, but instead of like the academic talking heads, college professors and historians, I go talk to one of those guys, and we put together a team of special operations veterans, and we go actually jump in, dive in, get hands on, and
that's cool.
dig into this stuff. Yeah. So it's pretty fun.
Be sick, man.
Yeah. So that's
got a lot going on, man. I want to come.
Yeah.
I want to jump in on that.
That filming that show was so fun. It was Beto was in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally like all these special operations guys that I've known for like 20 years, like putting them in this show, not actors. It's just, I told them when they had like a script, and I'm like, these guys don't need a script. Just give us the mission. I'll brief it like it's a real mission. And they're highly intellectual and they're fun, and just turn the camera on. You're gonna have gold.
Yeah,
and that's what we did.
That's cool.
And it was just a blast. It was like 15-year-old boys with a budget.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we talk? Let's talk. You got any war stories you want to share, man? 8 deployments in Afghanistan, and this was, you said you joined when you were 29.
No, I joined at 17.
You joined at 17.
Yeah,
got
but
out
I
when you were
didn't
29?
deploy until I was 29. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I went in 93. There wasn't a lot going on. Yeah. It was an opportunity to learn a lot.
No, for sure.
And get a lot of training before I deployed.
For sure. What was your favorite place, I guess you could say, that you got dropped in at?
Well, I mean, so I'm an AFO for the premier, well, in my opinion, the premier special operations unit at JSOC. And if you have JSOC, I won't say the unit, but if you look at JSOC, you have Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, Task Force Orange, like those units. And so AFO is Advanced Force Operator. So essentially you go ahead of the unit and do all the clandestine logistics to get the assaulters on target to capture, kill bad guys.
Yep.
And so it's probably the closest thing to being undercover in the military. So it's me and Aziz out and
it's like that dude in Black Hawk Down that's like in the city at the fruit stand.
That's Rich Cachocho. So Rich Cachocho, my buddy Q.
It was Eric Bana in the movie.
What's that?
Eric Bana in the movie.
And they called him Hoot, but that was a merger of a couple of characters.
Yeah.
But the guy the AFO there, his name was Q, and he actually is the one that recruited me to go into my program.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a super cool guy.
That's cool.
And so that's exactly right. That's what AFOs do. And so if you do the job right, there's not a lot of gunfights and stuff like that. But there was obviously some very hairy times and probably one of the things that the most difficult time was going across the border into a neighboring country. I won't say which one because the Pentagon redacted it, but it's pretty easy to figure out. I went across the border into another country. We had and was doing the AFO operations to get our assaulters on target to get. If you imagine number 1 being Bin Laden down to number 10.
Got it.
And then there was compromise on our operation. And so we had 12 of our team members rolled up, captured, and they ended up being killed. 10 Afghans and 2 Americans, and those guys worked for me. So that was a very difficult time. And
that's horrible, bro.
Yeah, and then our house in Afghanistan had a VBID vehicle bomb driven into it and blew our house up. And then while I was across on the other side, I got abducted by the foreign intelligence agency there. Shit. And so that was probably the worst, time for me because
they torture. Did they torture you?
No torture, but forced me into a car, took me out into the woods.
Yeah, scared the fuck out of you.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be it, and they just repressed me pretty hard for some information, and then I think they let me go to have enough rope to continue trying to hang myself. I mean, they were pretty sophisticated foreign intelligence agency, and but we even still kept operating, and I saw the wheels begin to come off for me at that time, and
now they know who the fuck you are.
They know who I am. I know they know who I am.
Right.
And I'm still trying to do that in their country by myself. My team's in a neighboring country. I'm not sitting there with a radio like at calling time. So it was a lot of pressure. I mean, outside of that, kinetically, if you're asking, those type of operations, I was, when we got number 6, if you number 1 through number 6, when we got number 6, the command killed number 6, and Aziz and I put that operation together. That was probably one of the biggest operations I did. We spent a lot of weeks putting it together, and Aziz and I spent over a month ahead of time building an operation and getting the assaulters on number 6. And we had a chance contact with some Taliban in the middle of that operation, and got Aziz and I had an encounter with about 20 to 30 Taliban fighters, and so that was.
Oh, we clearly know how that went.
That's right. I mean,
because you were here. And they
yeah, we got out of there.
Good gosh,
but
man.
so that's Afghanistan was a Wild Wild West back in those days, but I working at the unit, like as a young recon Marine, you think any special operations to go there, you got to be pretty narcissistic. Like you got to have like this kind of like you think your unit's the best, and then you go from recon, and I went to Force Recon, and you're meeting these. And then you always had this comparison between recon and SEALs, and then when I go over to, JSOC and see those guys there, man, there's the guys that work there, that unit or those units are just the most incredible, like people you ever get a chance to work around. It's been the biggest privilege of my life working around those guys and getting to be in those operations it's incredible. And those guys, I still am very involved. Like I'm going to speak at a JSOC unit next month. And, every generation you see, like, man, where do they find these kind of humans? Like, not just the physical, like, fitness, but the critical thinking, the highly intelligent some of these guys are. Yeah. And we I listen to the show, and anywhere you turn, you can be real hopeless about our culture. Mm-hmm. But in our culture, we're still able to find those caliber human beings to do that job. and they still exist today, and I get to see them and go speak to them and help encourage them to do their job. So it continues to be a privilege of mine to get to work with those guys.
That's awesome,
bro.
Dude, I want to ask you too, real quick before we get to our headlines. I want to ask you your take, and I've asked a few of our buddies that come on that are veterans, but we do talk about the temperature, I guess, in the vet community, right? Where it seems like there's like a lot of hate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like an internal friction, man. What's your take on that? Like, what do you think that is?
I mean, I think there's a couple of things. One, I think there's an element of professional jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Like in those, especially, and you see it mostly from the special operations community.
Yeah.
But when you're in those units, you show up. It's like being on an NFL team. Like you're competing for your spot every day. From the minute you start training to you get to assign to a squadron or a team, like you compete for your job every day. And so that even though there's this real strong brotherhood and bond, you're always competing. Like, oh man, Andy just shot me today. DJ
What's that feel like,
DJ just came.
I couldn't tell you.
DJ says that every time we go shooting.
That's bullshit. Bro, we were walking out the other day. Andy, I think he was like he had a big box of clothes or something like that he had to take out.
This is a lie.
and so he picks it up, and I do his EP, right? So I'm like, but I'll carry that for you. He's like, no, I got it. I said, you're right. It's probably smart that I got my free hand just in case we got to get down. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want.
I just knew. I knew you probably couldn't. It was box probably too heavy for you.
Oh, is that what it was? But we hear that a lot, and I think what's your take too? It's like people that get out and then you start doing stuff outside of the military, organization that it is, and you start doing stuff in your own professional lives, and then you see these guys that come home and they do nothing, or nothing happens for them, and there's that, I guess you call it professional jealousy a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it is like there's some. I've gotten attacked. I mean, I'm sure you guys got haters here, and so some of the attacks from me was like he said this way. Like one of the things I got was he said he was AFO at this command. Well, they weren't even AFOs there. It's like, yeah, we built the program. Like,
right.
So,
right.
The semantics of it is correct. Like, but the truth is, and then, you didn't clarify you were on a contract there. You didn't go in this certain Marine program.
Calm down, Chief.
I'm like, come
right.
The semantics of it and details of it is just. But the point is, and I think this is the point you're making, no one would have ever came after me if I wasn't doing things that were successful. Right. They're not coming after me because of those details. They're coming after me because
nobody gets jealous of losers, bro.
Yeah. And
doesn't happen.
They tried to start a podcast. It didn't work. They tried to write a book. It didn't work. They tried to do public speaking. I mean, and for me, like that really sucks because everything I do, if you go back and look at everything I do, like it's all charity focused. Like I've always been cause driven. I would
for that community. Yeah.
For that community. If I wasn't trying to do, if I wasn't doing Mighty Oaks, I would shut down my Instagram tomorrow.
Right. Right.
But the impact we make, and I have an amazing staff, 100 people at Mighty Oaks, and man, we've served over 500,000 warriors, like, and we're just doing stuff every day. So that's what hurts the most. Like, but
you see it getting better? Has it gotten better?
It's I was worried when some of the stuff with Tim came out because there was some credible stuff with Tim. I've been friends with Tim a long time, so I would never come on here and bash him. But some of the things, there was a lot of things that were not true about Tim, but there was a lot of things that were true. And I think Tim admitted to some of them, probably didn't admit to others. But when that happened, because they was like, got you. I'm like, oh man, it's not going to stop now. Now they're not going to look for the next real thing. They're going to look, who's the next person, right? Because if you have success with something, who's next? Yep. And so I was worried about that. However, you create a monster, you got to feed it. And so that monster ended up eating. So now it's kind of coming internal, and some of it's starting to fall apart. People are getting tired of it, and
that happens in any industry, dude. Any community, there. Like I said, people are just people, man.
Yeah, drama.
It's human.
And drama
nature.
sells.
Huh?
Drama sells.
That's right.
Yeah. So you're gonna get the clicks. You're gonna get the. But it's super harmful, man. There's a lot of collateral. I watched it, close hand with Tim, and there's a lot of good people that were surrounded by Tim that got hurt by things that they probably were totally unaware of, and there was total reckless disregard, and and then it's like at some point you got him, like What do you want the end result to be? You want the guy to kill himself? Like, what do you like?
I mean, dude, that is kind of the end result that people go after, bro. Like, it's
no matter how much good you do.
Nobody. People like to write that shit off. Okay, and this is not about that situation. This is about any of these situations. People will say, well, you're the one that puts yourself out there, so you got to deal with this. But they do not understand how relentless people get and how crazy people get. Like, people will come to your house, like when that shit's all riled up. Like, it's dangerous the level that it gets to. But, you know, you can't explain that to Joe Blow on the street because he's never going to be in that position.
Right.
It's like, bro, okay, you got that. Now let him go. Like, it is what the fuck it is. And you know, cancel culture is a real problem on both sides, dude. It really is, because there's no end to it now. You know, if we don't get your job, you know, like, it's like, bro, okay, so we're going to ruin motherfuckers' entire lives because, you know, they did something or said something that I don't agree with. And again, this is not about that situation in general. Anyway, let's do the show.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Guys, remember, if you'd like to see any of these topics, articles, pictures, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You guys can find all of that there. With that being said, you want to get to the first headline?
Yeah,
let's get it. First headline, headline number 1. Let's get into
the headline stuff, man.
You like them?
I do. I don't even know what they're going to be, but I like it.
Well, I had a little intro, man, on some WNBA because that's Andy's favorite sport league.
Yeah,
but headline 1.
It's like ballet, yours.
Hey, you know,
see, here's the difference. I never played in the WNBA, but you definitely danced ballet in front of people.
No comment.
Yeah,
I never had a basketball aspration because of, you know, the challenge.
Shocking.
But I do think maybe I could stand a chance in WNBA.
Yeah. Oh, bro, yeah, I'll be fine. Actually, let's cover. I do want to. We got to cover it because it's hot right now. Let's get a little intro going. Angel Reese, all right, is who we're talking about today. She's
come on.
She's making history as the first pro athlete to walk in Victoria's Secret's fashion show. Wings on, heels ready. Now, I actually got in trouble today. I probably should let you know.
For what?
On the Shade Room.
What'd you do?
Well, I commented on the story they posted, and they're like, you know, Angel Reese is hitting the the runway. And I was like, you know, instead of hitting the runway, maybe she should hit the free throw line. They didn't like that at all.
What? Why not? That's the truth.
I got in trouble, man. I got attacked by a lot of ceiling birds. But no, man. You know, Now I will say this though. I will say this. Okay, I'm happily married. I love my wife. All right. I think she might be a better model than she is in
basketball player.
Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not saying shit.
I'm with Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's good, you know?
Yeah, you think not, so. Yeah.
No? Better basketball? I mean, well, listen, we know basketball. We know how that's going. I don't know, man. I hope it works.
I'm trying not to say mean shit.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
You, man.
So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
I'm proud of you, Andy.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, even if her face does, never mind. See, I caught myself there.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, she's hitting the runway instead of the free throw line.
You know, whatever, man.
See how it goes for her.
Yeah.
I know Madot likes her. He does. Yeah. I got in trouble. I haven't even checked. I turned off IG because of it, bro. I was getting hammered.
I don't want to admit that I think she shouldn't be a model.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to admit.
At least she doesn't have a dick. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's
a great
Jordan.
Point. I think there's the silver line.
We're making progress. At least she doesn't have dick.
Because Victoria's Secret
they put dicks in it like 2 years ago. So at least we're moving the right way.
That's right.
Jason Canton, you got it right there, bro. Anyway.
I love it, man. But let's get into our headlines, man.
Saying, he doesn't want to admit she's hot. You don't know what the I think is hot, brother.
Yeah, no,
it ain't that.
I'm not saying she's hot. I'm just saying
you are saying she's hot.
No, I think she does.
It's fine. I don't care, man. Everything, you know, to each their own. I'm just saying it ain't my cup of tea.
Gotcha. I'm saying pinky's up. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
all right.
You know, that's why you're you and I'm me. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get into our first headline. This is the biggest story of the day. we now allegedly
I would take a hard pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From her, like a hard chest
I would
pass.
rather take that kind of pass, yes.
Her, biggest story of the day. Allegedly, we have peace in the Middle East, guys.
I think it's 8 times. Eight.
Number 8
peace,
for him.
Eight
Yeah,
peace
until Israel launches a missile later on today.
deals. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, though, because it actually happened.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I do have no confidence in the Israeli government.
Bro.
No,
complying.
dude, he's going to do this again. Look, here's my. Go ahead. I got a full take
We'll
on this.
dive into this. Yeah. So Trump tells the Post tremendous things will happen in the Middle East next week. So this just came out again. I mean, this is something that they've been working on since what 23 now or 20? When was it? Are we 2 years in or 1 year?
Yeah.
2 years in, right?
Yeah.
It was 10/7/23.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
Was it 10? I don't know.
Was it 23?
Well,
I think you're right.
I think it was 2 years. I think
Yeah.
it's been.
It was
2 years. So they've been working on a peace deal for 2 years. While
No, they haven't.
allegedly working on a
Right.
peace deal,
Yeah.
and and apparently they're getting they got pretty close. I think they got it. Here's a clip from Trump going through some of the details. Let's check this clip out.
As you know, last night we reached a momentous breakthrough in the Middle East, something that people said was never going to be done. We ended the war in Gaza and really, on a much bigger basis, created peace. And I think it's going to be a lasting peace, hopefully an everlasting peace. Peace in the Middle East. We secured the release of all of the remaining hostages, and they should be released on Monday or Tuesday. Getting them is a complicated process. I'd rather not tell you what they have to do to get them. There are places you don't want to be, but we are getting the hostages back on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, and that'll be a day of joy. I'm going to try and make a trip over. We're going to try and get over there.
Yeah, so hostages are coming out Monday or Tuesday. He just said he's going to. Trump is actually going to Gaza or to the Middle East. I know he's supposed to be meeting with the Israeli Congress. There's a lot of details. Again, 2 years, October 7th, 2023. There's been so much going on that, but again, Andy, I know you were kind of jokingly, being serious about it, but no, Israel actually did. They did do another strike. This happened. This is about maybe 30 minutes ago.
This is exactly what happened the same time last time.
Mm-hmm.
They set a peace deal.
Yep.
It was agreed upon, and Netanyahu launched as many missiles as he could before the deadline.
Yeah.
Yep.
That does not say, hey, we're willing to work with you.
That's not good faith.
That's what they did with Iran this last
Yes.
night. Yeah.
Yeah, same
This
exact.
guy's a piece of shit, bro. And here's what he's going to do, okay? Let's just, everybody knows I got the crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you for sure what's going to happen. He's going to do the same shit again to embarrass Trump, to leverage Trump again. That's what he's going to do. He's going to, that thing will happen. When is it supposed to start?
It's supposed to go into effect. It's supposed to be in effect now.
Okay. Before those hostages come back,
Mm-hmm.
there will be a new set of shit that happens.
Mm-hmm. They'll find Hamas at another hospital.
Because here's why.
Yeah.
Netanyahu is using these attacks to maintain his power in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because if peace happens and
They're going to boot him.
he's gone.
That's right.
Yeah.
So listen,
Sounds like Zelensky.
yeah, he's going to make Trump look like a asshole again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only going to discredit Trump further with everybody else. And this is going to be the same old thing because Netanyahu has to, because if he doesn't, he's going to be pulled from power and probably prosecuted. So until this motherfucker's removed, cycle is going to continue. And now he's putting us, the American people, in legit danger because he's radicalizing all the Muslims across the world against us even more than they probably already were.
Right.
Okay? Because if you're living over there and you're in Iran or you're next door or whatever, and Israel keeps lobbing all this shit, they don't look at it and say, oh, that was fucking Israel. They look at it and say, those over in America are bombing us, bro. And our country, the regular people in our country are mostly, by a big majority, against that. So we have leadership that's allowing us to be misrepresented in the Middle East to all of the Muslim community, the Arab community, everybody over there. to make us look like we're just straight killers, bro. And if you don't think this is going to be a big problem, it's going to be a massive problem because there's 3 billion Islamic people in this world. All right. So actually, it's like 3.5 billion. Okay. Almost half the world's population. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Next story.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
to include radicalizing
their children,
our American youth that don't even.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, it's bullshit. Yeah. It's the perpetual cycle of war. It's the thinning out of the capable American males. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah. And it is Netanyahu, right? I mean, we've covered this on the show plenty of times. You know, every single time that he comes close to accountability within the state of Israel, something else happens.
Okay, maybe he won't launch missiles into Gaza, but he will launch them into fucking Libya
Yemen,
or into fucking Syria or some other shit to keep something going because, dude, it's his ass on the line. And Trump knows this, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Trump knows this? And he's just taking it from this bro. He's your bitch, not the other way around.
Right.
Trump.
Right. Well, I think the other thing too that's crazy, I don't know if you guys heard this story, but you know, with the government shutdown, we're gonna get a little bit of that. You know, but during the shutdown, we talk about all these things that won't get paid or, you know, stop payments and people are furloughed.
Oh, send them money though.
Aid to Israel was still going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, aid
all
to
over the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like what is it doesn't make sense. And
yeah, and then you got Netanyahu saying, if you criticize me, you're saying you hate Jews. No, we're not. We're saying you,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem, especially like in the church world. Like people kind of associate Israel, like the Jewish state of Israel, with the Israeli government.
Right.
They're like, I don't even trust our own government, much less the Israeli government. Like,
bro, real talk.
It's a big piece of contention.
Just like we don't like our government, they don't like theirs either. Yeah. And we're being pitted as people against each other culturally. Yeah. And naturally, people who are Jewish are going to be like, hey, the man. And we're going to be like, what the are you guys doing? Like, it's all chess, bro. And we're the pawns, and we get to go fight their bullshit. And it needs to stop, dude.
They guilt everybody into it.
Listen, it will only stop until, bro, revolution is a part of culture, is a part of civilization, and we are long overdue for one for a lot of these.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the part that gets me. And
we are the, and this is Obama saying this, which I agree with him, which I never agree with Barack Obama. It's old men who refuse to relinquish power, causing all the problems in the world.
Yeah.
And until the young men take the power, it's going to continue to happen.
And dude, it's sad, you know, because again, we talk about the government shutdown a little bit. You know, our troops, they're missing paychecks next week.
Yeah.
They have been. You know what I'm saying? And
but like you said, meanwhile, we have money going all over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world.
And by the way, to shut the government down, they're getting paid.
They're still getting paid.
Yeah.
They're still getting paid.
You know, the guy who, you know, is a soldier who's not getting paid fairly anyway.
Yeah, he has no savings. I promise that.
Yeah. He's barely getting by. He's got a family and some kids. He's already making a massive sacrifice for his country. And let's just f them over. Like, dude, this is so wrong, dude. Just all of it.
And he still has to show up to work.
Like, how the f can these old dudes who are rich as fuck legit not give a fuck about these people?
Well, I mean, and
like, our people, their people, all people. It's just people, man. These are just people. Like, dude, you've been all over the world, man. Everybody's kind of the same, bro.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make it.
Most important things are, you know, our family. And
yes.
The troops, though, like you said, they have to show up for work. It's not like they could be like, oh, you're not going to pay me, so I'll go get a different job. No, like, you're going to show up for work. Yeah, you're going to, you're a UA. You're unauthorized absence, and
dude, that's
it's a criminal offense. So they're in a bad spot.
Yeah. It's terrible. Do I want the genocide to happen? Yes, I obviously would love to see that stop. But am I hopeful that it actually will? I don't think so.
I'll be real, dude. And people ain't gonna like I say this. I don't give a. I don't fucking care what's going on over there. I don't care what's going on in Ukraine. Our country looks like shit. Our people are fucking suffering. We have 100,000 veterans on the street that don't have a fucking place to go. You know this better than anybody. Okay. We got people that can't eat. We got people that can't make their house payments or their car payments because they printed half the money that exists in existence in the last 5 years. Okay. And then you got Trump on TV saying the economy's going great. I don't know. Ask the regular person if they think the economy's going great, because it ain't for them. Okay. And dude, it's incredibly frustrating to be in a position where we have to suffer the way that, and by the way, when we say we, I come from that, okay? I don't come from, I know you guys all think I'm probably rich now and shit, but like I come from regular America. When I say we, that's us. And
thanks, bro.
When I see, you know, my family, my friends, the people I've come up with struggling because we're sending all our money to other places in the world and all this shit, I don't give a fuck about them. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. I care about our country first. And that's how everybody should feel. Everybody, what would our country look like if all of the money that we've been sending to all over the world for the last 30, 40 years had been invested here? We have to stop tolerating it, dude.
Well, if you want to be generous and charitable, you have to. You have to be stable first.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's just like the airplane, right? You put your oxygen mask on first before you help the person.
And by the way, if we were in that position, then I would say, okay, maybe we can do some things for these guys or these guys.
Maybe Ecuador can have a pride parade.
Yeah, but listen, no, they can't. But here's the thing. We are not in that position. And we haven't been in that position in a very long time.
No, we're trillions of dollars in debt.
Yeah, our government will intentionally make things worse to serve other things that benefit them so they can get their pay-for-play dollars. You're like, dude, it's out of control, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's obviously a lot going on. It's very simple. Just bring it back home. Just bring it back home.
There should be a stay on any foreign aid for the next decade. Period. You're on your own. Your country crumbles. Sorry about it, bro. We'll come take it later. I mean, I don't. It's not us. It's not our responsibility.
Dude, what's your take on conquering, man? Because I feel like that hasn't been a thing in a long time in civilization. You know, but that's that is how it used to be, man. Like, you didn't like that country, okay, cool, go take it. And like, what's your take on that? You think more?
Yeah, I'm not for that.
Like, if we get into another war, should we conquer them? Like, should that become American territory?
I'll tell you this.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the circumstances we go to the war. Because there's a lot of wars I've been part of that I don't agree with the circumstances.
That's right.
That's real.
Because they're lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I end up there, and I'm going to do, me and every other person that raises their hand, they got to do their job while they're there. But you go back and look at the reasons why I don't agree. So for me, like, occupation after would definitely depend on the circumstances.
Yeah. Well, I think, like this situation that we just went through in my era, your era as well, with the weapons of mass destruction, right? They didn't go over there for that. They went over there for oil, bro. Had they just told us, like, hey, we're going to go over there for the oil, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't lie. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Guys, chat, jump in on the chat, man. What we got going on this? Remember, guys, if you're interested in being a part of our chat, you can check the link in the description below and hop up for the opportunity. Cash says Trump could have been a modern day Sulla.
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
He could have.
I think he still can be. He
still can be. I'm very aware of that, but it appears that a lot of the things that he said he was going to do, he has no intention of doing now, and that's disturbing to me. So
yeah, I agree, man. Guys, let us know down in the comments what you guys think. With that being said, let's go check out some of these comments. We got some for you. This is our cruise the comments section. This first comment comes from Jose Pergadado, 88. That's pretty good. Andy, last time I was on a run, my headphones had died, which never happens. But since that happened towards the end of my run, I was able to hear a homeless man listening to your show. You are truly making a change to everyone. Your words truly mean a lot, not only to me, a 19-year-old turning 20 in November, but even a person that at a glance may seem lost in the streets. Your words give us so much hope. We thank God for you. Thank you from L.A. Cali.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I hope he was homeless before he started listening.
Yeah.
You're making me kind of nervous there, Jose.
Yeah.
Maybe I owe somebody an apology. Motherfucker's probably listening to the show, got fired from his job.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This next one is
No surprise there, L.A.
Yeah.
dude, LA is crazy, man. It is crazy.
The homeless, it's insane.
Yeah, this next comment though is from B Zoic Intel. Sure. Car show in Tampa, October 17th. Eyes. Come through, Unc Andy.
I don't know how that got out there.
You got a mole somewhere.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll be there.
Uncle Andy.
Yeah.
Uncle Andy though.
That's right.
Uncle Andy. That's a status, bro.
What, Unc?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think that's
I mean,
better than bro.
Dana White's like Uncle Dana. Like,
Yeah, Unc Dana, Unc
All right.
Andy.
All
Yeah,
right.
It's
that's a status.
It's a status. It's a status thing.
All right.
Aura. You got aura.
All right.
Aura.
Cool.
Yeah. This next one is from GM Hard. Me plus tequila equals babies.
Well, that's nice. Thank you.
Plural. Babies.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Listen, I don't know. This last one is Jerry S333 says, for the love of God, would you guys please stop saying bro? Bro. Sheesh. Learn a new word.
Dang, bro.
What's wrong with this, bro?
Harsh, bro.
That's a little
Calm
harsh.
down, bro.
Yeah, bro, chill. It's all right, man.
Now it's gonna get way worse.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say bro so many times today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's wrong?
Calm down, bro.
I don't know, man.
Chill.
Yeah. Oh, we did learn. We could use the new N word. You used the N word before?
Speaking, did you see Trump with the double N word?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, the new N word.
The new N word. There's a new N
nuclear,
word.
the nuclear.
No, it's newer than that.
Yeah.
Well,
What's up, my
technically it's
Nazi?
old. Yeah, Nazi.
Nazi, please.
Nazi, please. Because we're all, everybody's Nazis nowadays.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, man. Guys, we do appreciate you, though, for being real ass fans. Keep liking, commenting. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Hit that bell notification on the tube. Stay up to date with the latest drops from Real AF. All right, let's keep cruising, man. We got headline number 2. This is I've been waiting to do this update.
Is it about waffles?
No. Why'd you say waffles?
I don't know. You look like you're hungry for some waffles. Yeah, you just look hungry, bro.
I'm just looking at all you guys' stuff. You guys are AI's like,
No,
that's not
he
it.
draws that.
That's my dot.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's my dot. Photoshop.
That's incredible, man.
yeah. We got some artists on the team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not Zishan, but Madot's pretty good.
Madot's all right. Yeah. I'm still tripping off the waffles comment, to be honest, bro. Like
the blue ones. Yeah, remember?
He slipped the bro in there.
He
Slipped the bro in there.
Yeah, headline number 2. We got to do an update, man. Charlie Kirk assassination. So we are officially 30 days, 1 month post the assassination on Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens, she's been rolling. Let's dive into it. Headline number 2 reads, Candace Owens' Roe screenshot war begins as Josh Hammer reluctantly drops his last message with Charlie Kirk. So this has been igniting Twitter. Twitter's on fire right now with all of this stuff going on. And there's some interesting topics and things to discuss. So shall we? Let's dive in. This article reads, the Roe over Candace Owens's conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk's assassination turned murky, with Charlie Kirk's friend Josh Hammer releasing his last chats with Charlie Kirk to counter Candace's claims that are now going viral on social media. Over a week, Candace broke down what she thinks is behind Charlie Kirk's murder through her episodes. though she does not have a concrete answer referring to who exactly is responsible. But she got a hold of some text messages. This was allegedly in a group chat over WhatsApp that included Charlie Kirk and I believe 8 other members involved in TPUSA. And initially she was saying that she was going to leave some anonymity behind some of these names, and ended up, expressing that Josh Hammer was one of the people that were also in the chat. And so this is a screen grab from it. Okay. You have a message here from Charlie Kirk. He says, quote, "Just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace." To which somebody replies, Then Charlie Kirk continues saying, quote, "Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause."
And how many days before he was killed was this?
I believe it was 2.
That's right.
2 days before. So September 8th is when these messages were exchanged. And it's so interesting. Okay. Dude, listen, I'm having a hard time putting this together. But Josh Hammer, who again is heavily involved in TPUSA, he tweeted out something on September 9th that was kind of out of left field from nowhere. Okay. But I verified this myself. On September 9th, the day before Charlie Kirk's assassination, Josh Hammer retweeted a tweet from Donald Trump. This was 12 years ago, okay? And Donald Trump tweeted, "Should public execution for all to see, you will end this bullshit fast." And then Josh Hammer retweeted that with the comment saying "based." And this was literally a day before the execution, the assassination. And then the day of, literally 3 minutes before the actual assassination, Josh Hammer tweets out "public execution." Super weird.
Wait, that was before?
That was before.
Are you sure?
Timestamps with codes. Absolutely.
3 minutes before?
3 minutes, yeah. Well, 4 minutes technically. It was 4:01 p.m. Utah time. So this was all synced up to Charlie Kirk.
No, it wasn't 4:01 p.m. when he got shot. That's totally inaccurate.
What was it?
I was in a 1:30 meeting Central Time when he got shot.
You're right. It was like 11:01.
That's right.
You're
This
right.
is not
You're right.
before.
Okay, you're right.
This is after.
This is after. But after, I mean, even still before or after, I mean, still you're posting that. Like it's weird.
Well, I mean, it was a public execution.
Yeah. And, and then Sam Parker, who's on Twitter, he tweeted this out along with those screenshots of those messages, but saying, these are the facts. He's saying Josh Hammer treachery. So it's a fact that Josh Hammer randomly dug up a 12-year-old Trump tweet about public executions the night before Charlie was assassinated. It's a fact that the same night before the assassination, Josh Hammer told us he had a meeting with Charlie wherein he claimed Charlie hadn't changed his mind on Israel. He neglected to say anything about Charlie's group chat statement from the previous day. It's also a fact, and this has all been verified between Candace and text messages, that Josh Hammer knew about the letter to Netanyahu but remained quiet about it, right? That was a big piece of debate that Josh Hammer said he denied about knowing when he actually did. And so there's a lot here. And I'm still of the belief, man.
Well, it's not, listen, you got to go look at all of his tweets that he tweeted between then and now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was tweeting a whole bunch of shit, basically.
He being
Hammer.
Okay.
Trying to smash the narrative that Israel could be involved in some sort of way.
Right.
Like in an absurd way.
Very
okay.
overt.
And by the way, Chad, I have met you today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if someone had shot you, I would certainly want to know who the did it. Okay. And we don't have to be the closest friends for me to want to find that truth out. Right.
Right.
But if you were my best friend, allegedly,
mm-hmm.
I certainly, if people were like, you don't know who did it, I certainly wouldn't be like, we know for sure it wasn't that guy.
Well, it definitely wasn't them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just find this behavior super fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any disposition on the donors?
No.
Are the donors back friendly now?
Yeah, so there hasn't been.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
That's a great question to look into for sure.
But Candace said that she had a dream that Charlie Kirk came to her and said that he had been betrayed. Which, I mean, that's a dream. But
Again.
she did that. You know, I don't know, man. This dude's acting weird as fuck.
Very weird. Now, I'm still caught up. I mean, again, and I want to say this too, because there's been plenty of people that are like, oh, well, how does she get those messages? Does it matter how she got the messages?
No.
They've been verified, right?
Yeah.
We should be asking some questions.
Well, those are people who have been saying for sure, and all of these people saying this are on the Israeli influencer list.
Yeah.
Okay. They're getting paid per week to post pro-Israel shit.
Post.
And now they are saying that all of this shit has been exposed. They're finally backed into the corner enough to where they're saying, oh, well, how'd you even get that information? Right? Like, what'd you do? Go through my phone?
Yeah, right.
Like, what difference does it make?
Matter?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, man.
But this right here, to me,
that looks like two people, by the way.
Is the question that is unanswered. He has Grandpa's 30-06 rifle. It does not break down and go in that backpack.
Nah, bro.
No.
Listen, the dude they pulled is a patsy.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of that.
Yeah.
You think that kid did that?
No, I don't.
either.
I mean, because of that, like,
Yeah.
that rifle ended up somewhere and he didn't bring it there. So who brought that rifle there?
Well, not only that. I mean, Chad. Again, you're a war fighter, right? You've been in war. I'm not by no means saying you're a ballistics expert, but a 30-06 round.
Mm-hmm.
We've all seen the videos. There's no chance that a 30-06 round would have done that little damage comparatively to what a 30-06 round could actually do.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. Bullets do weird stuff when they hit human body. So it's not 100% that it didn't, but 99.9% if that 30-06 projectile
at 200
yards hits a human body, it's tearing. It's going to tear.
It would have been a decapitation,
bro. If that, real talk, if that was a 30-06, it would have blown out half his neck.
Yep.
And his neck would have folded over.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. 99% of the time. I said I have to account for. I've just seen bullets do weird things. Like people, like you look in somebody's got shots all in the front and there's not even bleeding. It's just strange. But I agree with you. Like that, his head should have been like, his neck should have been like gone.
Yeah.
And then again, there's this. Like he's exiting the roof with no rifle, and that rifle does not break down if it in that backpack. And so somehow that rifle, if that rifle was in fact used, went from that rooftop to wherever
in the wood lines.
In the woods,
yeah,
right? And who put it there?
Right.
Not him. He didn't go back for it.
Well, then, I mean, we covered it on the last show, but we talked about the, allegedly the Ring camera that was initially released to the public. There was actually a female that was seen accompanying the individual, which was basically edited out of the public release version. The FBI has the original version. That's another piece of the equation that nobody's able to talk about or provide an actual example or explanation for. But to your point, yeah, okay, so he fires a shot. One, he changes clothes, then breaks down this rifle, then stuffs it in his backpack, jumps off the roof, goes to the wood line, then reassembles the rifle to toss it wrapped up in a towel. It's bullshit, man.
Yeah, Grandpa's 30-06 hunting rifle doesn't break down like 20.
There's been a whole bunch of videos of gunsmiths breaking them down, and it takes like 6 or 7 minutes for them to break it down.
Yeah,
a gunsmith.
And so you give this, this young dude who is going through an adrenaline dump, and he's supposed to have all the fine motor skills to be able to do this effectively within the matter of seconds.
That's not even plausible. Not even plausible.
Does not make sense, man.
But the average person doesn't know all that shit, bro. Remember that.
How did you? I had heard so I can't verify this, that his statement to the police that he couldn't tell what happened because his family would be in danger. Is that an accurate statement? Have you guys
I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah,
No.
that was one of his statements, initial statement to the police. He couldn't say what actually happened because even though his family was unaware, his family would be in danger.
Well, what's that tell you?
Yeah. So I was trying to validate. I've been trying to validate if that was actual statement made.
I mean, if that's true, it clearly shows that somebody made him believe that if you tell, we're going to kill your whole family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What I do know and what I can,
And that's
speak
about the
on,
only thing that would keep someone from spilling the beans on
Right,
a
yeah.
big
Protect your
conspiracy.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, if that were me, I'd probably eat it.
Yeah,
if I knew they were going to kill my, you know.
yeah, you get young jihadists to drive suicide bombs, strap a vest in themselves.
For much less.
Is that how they do it?
Yeah.
They say if you don't, we'll kill your family.
We kill your family, or we're going to take care of your family. Like your life's
Yeah.
crap anyway. So
So it's one or the other.
Yeah, it's one or the
Which
other.
one do you choose?
Yeah, we're either going to kill your family, or we're going to take care of your family.
Yeah.
And so
Now, one of the things that I do know, and this is verifiable. Like, I mean, it's a very credible source. Okay, but there's a guy. He's a TFO, task force officer, so he's a law enforcement for a federal agency that was involved. He was there at the shooting, post response. Who has told me that basically when this stuff happened, it was almost instantaneously. There was basically a fight that was going on between the FBI and state authorities, right? And that a lot of people were kind of locked out of doing any normal investigatory steps for this process, and it was all kind of just taken over by the FBI, which was weird in his words because the state is still investigating. State charges. They're handling all of this, but the FBI came in, kind of took the reins over on certain parts of the investigatory steps in the process, with no explanation. And again, like it's not like he's a local level police officer. This guy works on contract for a federal agency, who should be involved in this process, would normally be involved. He's part of the major case squad out there. And he said he's never had anything like that happen to him in his 15 years of law enforcement history. We need answers, man.
yeah, I mean, and look, that's the reason why people become conspiratorial over this stuff. I mean, you have Las Vegas, Mar-a-Lago, Pennsylvania. Like we don't get answers, and so this is.
Did you watch that documentary on that Vegas thing?
I haven't.
On TV.
No,
Holy
I didn't know
fuck.
one's out,
What
but
is it?
I want to see it now.
There's a documentary. I can't remember if it's on YouTube or if it was on Netflix or something. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was on the Vegas shooting at that concert. Dude, those people did not know where the gunfire was coming from, so they all just laid on the ground and they
They didn't know where to run.
bro, you could hear the bullets hitting the bodies like thump 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 thump
Is it called 11 minutes?
thump 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 thump. Yeah,
11 minutes, that's
yeah,
what it's called?
bro, it's hard to watch.
11
minutes,
I'm gonna go watch it.
Paramount.
Yeah,
I mean, you go back, they have JFK, right? Like 60 years. And by the way, on that TV show Shadow Figures, we did one of our episodes, JFK, and I'm like, okay, we have 60 years of investigation by the federal agencies. I'm going to take the bias away from it. I'm going to get 5 of the best special operations snipers I know that have combat experience, and we're going to treat this like a ballistics and trajectory study, just basic math. Take the theories out, just math, and we're going to figure out exactly where a third and fatal shot came from, and we did it in 2 days.
where did it come from?
Yeah, we did it in 2 days from the storm drain or the grassy knoll. Like it's uncontestable. Like math, it's math.
So multiple shooters.
Multiple shooters.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not opinion or it's math. Like
Yeah.
easy. Like 60 years, we did it in 2 days.
That's crazy.
So
That 11-minute shit is hard to watch, bro.
Is
I'm
it?
just telling you right now, I've watched all the shit. I've used to be on watching all the dead bodies and the people eating people and all the shit. To see people lay down voluntarily to try to escape and still get shot is pretty hard to watch.
And what was the story with the Vegas? Like he shot out the window?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, right.
Bro, there's videos of like helicopters in the air with flashes coming out of it. Like yes, dude.
That's crazy.
It's insane. Watch it.
That's crazy. Yeah, the chat's going right now.
Yeah, bro. The noise of the bodies hitting or the bullets hitting the bodies while they're laying on the ground it's disturbing.
so this is what leads us to all the conspiracy theories is because
There's
we
no
don't have
truth.
answers. We never get answers.
Yep.
Well, there's only one logical reason as to why we would never get answers to that.
They're hiding something.
Okay.
Right, they're hiding something.
The truth would be too detrimental.
No, listen, regular humans do not do shit like this. This is not normal, bro. This is all about control. This is about making people afraid. This is, dude.
Well, there's a reason it wasn't that Charlie Kirk wasn't killed at his home.
That's
He was
right.
killed in
It
public.
was to send a signal.
Yeah.
And the signal
That's the
is
message.
don't talk about Israel in a negative way. And you know what? You. We'll do whatever we want.
Dude's, whole platform is free speech gets shot in the throat. Like, that's symbolic, dude.
Yeah. Bro, did you see all the similarities between that movie Snake Eyes?
I saw that.
Bro.
Have you seen that?
No.
That conspiracy? So the movie Snake Eyes was Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I've seen that movie, yeah.
Okay, well, so apparently there's like a lot of similarities between that movie and the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Really?
I mean, that was crazy shit.
The characters are named the same.
Characters, there was,
Charles Kirkland was the guy
Kirkland.
shot. And he was shot in the throat. And like, there's all kinds
like
of shit.
this, like,
Yeah.
black
it's like
people
30
around.
things.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's like a Simpsons episode,
Mhm.
Simpsons kind of episode thing.
Dude, it's wild, man. It's so wild.
Yeah.
That is definitely a very interesting rabbit hole to drop down if nobody's been down that one. But it's just crazy. Like I said, we're a month out. There's still no answers. And I know this, all the people that are trying to get answers are trying to, they're demonizing them. No, don't look into that. Don't question it. It's like,
I don't think the answers are going to come.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that'll be palatable for people, bro. I don't. I think at this point in society, I think most people, whether it's true or not, most people are under the belief that we have been lied to about way too much, and you can't keep, putting this, this freaking thing in my face and telling me that it's green when I'm looking at it and I see that it's purple, right? And I think a lot of Americans can relate to that and feel that, and so whether they have lied about things or not, that's the temperature of the people, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to be allowed to go on for much longer, man. I don't
Just
believe
the
it.
hiding. I mean, Epstein, right? The
Yeah,
Epstein
right.
thing is like, we want to know. Whatever the truth is.
Whatever it is.
We want to know.
Here's the fucking truth, okay? Our government exists to protect us, all right? They don't exist to siphon off all of our money and send it to foreign places. They exist very simply so that we can have a free society. That's what the fuck these exist for.
Yep.
And clearly there's some sort of leverage or fear or something happening that's causing them to bend to people like Netanyahu. And if we're being real and our government was doing our job, they would just eliminate that shit completely and say, fuck you.
Mhm.
That's what America would do if this was really still America. We wouldn't be bending to that's terrorism. Okay? That our leadership needs to grow some nuts, bro, and handle what the fuck is handled. We're clearly very occupied by foreign interest, whether it be Israel or China or whoever. That shit needs to end. It just needs to end. And people elected Donald Trump to end it. That's why they elected him. They didn't elect him to pussyfoot around. They didn't elect him to play games. They expected him to come in and tell the truth and clean the house, which is what he promised he would do. And he has not done that. That's the truth. Okay? And I'm a fan of Trump. Okay? I'm a fan of Trump. Nobody wants Trump to win more than me. But it is what it is right now.
What do you think? I'm curious to this myself, and I've spent a lot of time around President Trump, and am a fan of him as well.
Yeah.
I believe in him, and I want him to win.
I want him to win too, bro.
But what do you think? I mean, the first administration, he had so much opposition.
Totally
he
agree.
trusted so many wrong people, and so what do you think it is this time? I mean, he has the House, right?
The only thing I could come to terms with that I think we are dealing pure speculation.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are dealing with a national threat against the American people that we are not aware of, that is a mass casualty threat, that he is being told, you better not let this come out or this happen or we will do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he understands that they're serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he understands that he has an obligation to protect the people. And what I think is happening is that he's navigating how to correct that in the given time frame.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because not everything can be out in the public, as you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Because if there were, there'd be panic, or there'd be, if he were to come out and say, hey, guys, I really want to clean this up, but Netanyahu says that if we do, he's going to nuke 100 million people. So That's where we're at. Like, if that were to happen, people would go crazy. And I know enough from being in business. Now, I never ran a country, but running a business is the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Running a big business is the same. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there's things that happen all the time that you get presented with that you can't just go tell your people. You got to solve the problem so that it doesn't become a problem. And what I believe is that I believe we're seeing that. That's what I choose to believe. Because I know people who know Trump personally, who are very good friends with Trump. I know a few of them. And they all vouch for the dude. And I would vouch for them, those people, with my life.
That's kind of where I'm at too, because I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's what I'm choosing to believe as well, because I've spent time with him. I've seen him do things. One, I believe he's a real.
He's very smart.
Patriot. He's very smart. He's one of the most patriotic people in politics that I've ever seen. In the space that I'm in with the military, he truly loves our military. He's done the best for our military. I just think he loves this country, and I don't think he could be bought or sold out, because I don't think he cares. So it leads me to believe, what is it that he's navigating that we don't see?
I think it's the Samson option that Israel has. The Samson option is, you're familiar with that? Yeah. So people think that's bullshit. That's a real thing. The whole thing is if Israel were to fall, their last option is to nuke
everybody.
Anybody that's anybody. So, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with somebody saying to you, hey, if you let that Epstein shit out and we get implicated in it, we're just going to nuke everybody because we're done anyway? How do you deal with that?
Right. Which I think right now everybody knows that Israel's implicated in the Epstein stuff.
For sure.
Right. I mean, it's
for sure. And if everybody already knows, then what's the harm of taking action to solve it?
Right.
Yeah. I think that plus, you talk about first administration versus this one. I think the other piece of it too is he still does not have. I think he selected his cabinet this time, which is different from what happened in the first administration. But I think he also still does not have.
He's put some of the wrong people around him.
People in him that are telling him the true temperature of the people, right? Because that can be a very hard thing.
I've been around some of those people that have no interest in understanding the true temperature of the people.
And I think if Trump,
they're too busy being rock stars.
Exactly. And I think if Trump knew what the true temperature of the people actually was, where, for example, we talk about the ICE stuff, we got a little bit on that here in a minute, but I think more people are actually you'd be surprised at how much they're willing to see and understand how much what actually has to be done to get all of these illegal people out, and they're okay with that. I think we'd be seeing ICE move a little bit differently, right? But nobody. I don't believe he has enough people.
It looks like he's trying to move to still appease those leftists.
Right.
Which, bro, you're never going to appease those people.
You want to appease them? No, there's no chance. There's no chance. So I think that is a big piece of it as well.
It's weird.
And I'm sorry, I think he's also still trying to, preserve and
maintain the integrity of the systems.
100%. And the dignity that comes with that. And so
that can't happen if they're all corrupt.
It doesn't. You cannot play a game and play by the rules.
I'll tell you what. This is real shit. If Trump doesn't clean the game board off and he leaves it for the next administration and they lose, we're going to get killed. People like us will be killed.
America still is at tipping point.
I mean, I won't be killed, but they're going to try to kill people like that.
I believe we were given an olive branch for this time, and I think every conservative has to recognize that this is a window of opportunity to shift the tides, and it's not done because we won the last election.
No.
It's not done. It's a lot of work needs to be done.
Yeah.
If he doesn't clean house, dude, and those leftist communists get back in power, they will have no hesitation. They're already calling us domestic terrorists when we weren't even doing shit. We're just existing, breathing the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there will be no quarter.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
Yeah, man.
And we need to stop having mercy for these people. Real talk.
It's real. That's real, man. Guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. With that being said, let's get to our final segment of the show. Final headline of the show. Headline number 3.
I I'm loving these, man. These are great.
I saw a comment in the chat right now that said, it said, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, Michael says that right there. Don't think we ever will. Yeah, you guys would say, okay, well, that will never happen. Did you think that what's happened in the last 5, 6, 8 years would ever happen? Like, this is what's happened in history, bro. All we got to do is look back and say this has happened over and over and over again.
Yeah. It's happening all over the world. And I mean, what's happening in Britain right now is insane.
Yeah.
They're conquered.
They're done. Conquered. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
You can't take it back.
Yeah, no, they're done. Michael said,
yeah, I see it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, man. But yeah, let's get to our third and final headline. We got headline number 3.
Yeah, someone said on there, go back. It said, I think Trump has something planned for 250 next year, July 4th. Yeah, okay. Everybody's been saying that. He's going to make these arrests. Here's the day he's going to do it. Here's what's going to happen. I want to see some bodies, bro. I want to see some people stacked. I want to see criminals in the wood chipper. I want to see treasonous people hung. That's what the country wants to see, bro.
If without accountability, you're never going to see
we can't have order in society.
Yeah, the American people will never have confidence in our system without some kind of someone paying the price for some of this stuff. I mean,
well, if they
get to COVID,
if they don't
get to COVID, right?
Yeah, bro. Where's the crimes that?
The election that no one wants to say anymore. Yeah. No one's talking about the election, but I mean,
yeah.
I brought that up to someone who is supposedly quote unquote patriotic, a patriot.
Yeah.
And their answer back to me was, nobody cares about that anymore. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
I care about it. Somebody tried to steal the presidential election.
Not only that, we got in 3 years of our lives completely stolen from us. That we couldn't leave our house. Couldn't go to eat. Couldn't do this. Bro, my life, like, I'm just being real, dude. My habits completely changed from that.
Yeah.
I don't go in public anymore. I don't go out to eat anymore. It's like, and people could say, oh, well, that's your problem. That's fine. But maybe it is. But that should have never happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think of all the kids that missed 2 years of school. Think of the division that's permanently, like
the wealth transfer.
People miss their family's funerals. And
bro, they had to watch their people. My friend had to watch his dad die on Zoom. Okay. We have to have accountability for that. Yeah. It has to happen.
Yeah. Not to mention, people couldn't go see their mental health providers. They couldn't get counseling. Women couldn't get mammograms. Like, I mean, go on and on, right?
Cancer diagnosis.
Bro, it's just the mask mandates. Okay, a lot of people who were wearing the mask and who went with COVID, they don't remember the abuse that everybody else took.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I had a mother literally break into my house, and write on my wall, "Welcome to the no-fly list." Broke into my house. Okay. So
over a mask.
Yeah. Over the shit we were saying on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
that you could smell farts through, by the way, but you were supposed to stop COVID.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's crazy, man.
They're crazy, yeah.
Crazy, but
I'll never look at people the same after that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it, we had the will of the American people was stolen.
Brother,
election.
Bro, look how quickly so many people were like, yeah, put them in camps, do this, like, make them do this, put them in jail, remove them from society. Like, bro, these people are insane. Your neighbor, you better remember all those people that did all that shit, because those people will point you out when whoever comes looking for you, bro. They're not, I couldn't believe it. It showed me a side of America that I never believed existed.
Yeah.
I always thought our police and our military would side with the people if something like that happened. Didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
It was a systematic cleansing in the military.
But still, even with that, nobody said shit.
Yeah.
A few sheriffs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. But let's get to our third and final headline. There might be some arrests. Let's look into it. Headline number 3 reads, Trump considers invoking Insurrection Act against lawless governors and mayors.
Yeah, you should have done that in January of 2020, brother.
Yeah. But here we are. You know, because they won't. They're not stopping. Let's go to Chicago.
Good. Go get Pritzker.
Go get Johnson.
Yeah.
Go get him.
Yeah. Go get him, bro.
Go get him. The Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, he just signed an ICE-free zone executive order. The order prohibits federal immigration agents from using any city-owned property or federal immigration operations and invites local businesses and community organizations to join the citywide effort for safeguarding the inalienable rights of every Chicagoan.
The Chicagoans are for ICE.
They want it.
The only people that aren't for ICE are you and your fat boss.
Put them in jail.
I think it's obstruction of justice.
Put them in jail.
I just love how they're trying to pretend that they're standing with the people of Chicago when the people of Chicago are standing with they want ICE there. They're like, thank you for being here.
We don't want these niggas here either. Like, that's what they're saying.
I mean, dude, that's the truth. That is what they're saying. And, he's up on a pedestal talking all this revolution shit. There's 8 people there.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, Trump responded. He's saying Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker, too.
Then do it.
Do it. And so they just had a conference. President Trump suggests that Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker may face criminal charges. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem reveals that Portland police were cheering on Antifa's call for violence with their fist in the air, says officials should be prosecuted. Let's check this clip out.
That's too bad. Go ahead.
Well, just to clarify, you said you might go to Gaza, and then the second question I had earlier today, you said the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois should be jailed. Have you asked the Justice Department to look at possible charges?
No, I've seen the law, and when you have a group of people where the police call off the safety for ICE officials, I've understood that, and I've read it today in numerous journals, that's illegal. What they did is I guess it was ICE, Christie, right? They were under threat, and the police were helping beautifully, and it was fine. And then all of a sudden, a woman was on the line saying, "Everybody, move back, get out." And they were given an order by the second person in the police department, and the governor knew about it, the mayor knew about it. I understand that's a criminal offense. Do you want to comment on that, Christie?
Yes, sir, we're seeing that kind of pattern happen with local law enforcement and state law enforcement, not just in Illinois, but also out in Oregon, too. In fact, in Portland, I was there yesterday, but some of the ICE officers were telling me that as they drove by the rioters that were saying, kill ICE agents, Molotov cocktails, melt ICE, that the Portland police were cheering them on and had their fists in the air cheering on the rioters that were threatening their lives. So in Chicago, we had a 10-car caravan trail our ICE officials and pin them down. And those ICE officials, to get out of their vehicles, a woman tried to ram them and run them over, and shots were fired to get them to safety. So it's happening on a regular basis, and any elected official that allows this to happen and gives cover to those kind of individuals who are perpetuating murder should absolutely be prosecuted, in my opinion. Mr. President.
Yeah, well, J.B. Pritzker had a comment to say about that. Check this clip out.
You know as well as I do, the President of the United States in the last 24 hours called for you to be imprisoned. I want to give you an opportunity. We've seen your reaction on social media, but I want to hear what you have to say back to the President of the United States.
Well, let's start with the idea that this is a convicted felon. I mean, think about that, who is threatening to jail me. I got to say, this guy's unhinged. He's insecure. He's a wannabe dictator. And there's one thing I really want to say to Donald Trump. If you come for my people, you come through me. So come and get me.
What does that mean?
He's so tough.
So badass.
Bro, that's so tough.
You guys got Twinkies in that jail? Ding dongs.
He's so tough. That's a man's man right there.
Yeah.
That's a man's man.
Brokeback Mountain man. Anyway, yeah.
Well, and my point of bringing this up, because I thought it was, the timing was perfect. But these people are showing their tyrannical truth, right? Like, these people are tyrants. And it's funny because now we got to go to California, where the gubernatorial candidate, Katie Porter, Have you been seeing these clips of this chick?
I haven't.
She's insane.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Wait, I think I have.
Oh man.
Did you see her quit that interview?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Let's. Well, I got some. So this is California Democratic gubernatorial candidate Katie Porter ruthlessly excoriated a staffer during a discussion on environmental policy for the Biden administration. Shocking resurfaced videos show. Let's check this clip out.
And other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
That's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot.
How about you clean your house? You should be worried about how shitty your house looks, before you're yelling at someone about being in the shot.
Well, she seems to be very concerned.
She's
about
insane.
Very concerned about her appearance because don't fuck with the lights.
She should be.
Check this one out.
Oh yes, this is why I didn't want to. I need the lights off, the bright lights. I'm so sorry, but I am about to get on. Bernard, I need you to turn these off. These that are killing me. Hang on 1 second, everybody.
No, we should put the computer up on it.
Yes, we should have. Yes.
Imagine being her husband.
Not that dark.
Not that dark. she turns the shit off and goes off. Goes completely off.
Can you hear her?
Bro.
What are you talking about?
No, she muted it.
Oh.
Now she's back.
Okay, everybody, I'm sorry about that. I am in a TV studio getting ready to go on Cuomo. And so I had all those studio lights on me and I couldn't see myself or see you guys.
Yeah, she's terrible.
This is going to be the next dictator of California.
Did you see the interview that she got up and walked out of?
Yeah, because she couldn't stand the questions.
It was unbelievable. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Dude.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. It's worth pulling up. Because it's bad. Like, this is a person that's trying to run for office who refuses to answer the questions. And not only does she refuse to answer the question, she starts to like gaslight and guilt the person asking the question when she asked all the other candidates the same question.
Same exact question.
Like, she's like, I'm not having this discussion with you right now. What are you talking about? We're here on an interview.
I'm find one that's not 3 minutes.
Have you seen that, Z? Oh my God. Katie Porter.
Katie Porker.
I mean, dude, look, she could have the light. If I was her, I would have left the lights off. I mean, bro, you could project a whole motion picture on her forehead.
I mean, I see why. I mean,
it could be a drive-in.
Yeah.
She should start a popcorn brand to go with her movie screen.
What would the brand be called?
Porter corn. See that? You're going to make more money with porter corn than you are being in office.
That's right. Yeah, let's check this clip out. Here's the one you're talking about.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, man?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're thinking.
In a general election? Yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. Mm-hmm. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't.
I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Hold on.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can.
Oh, come on.
And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't care.
Follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never had to do
reporter.
this before, ever.
You've never had to have a conversation with
to end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make...
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative...
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about every one of these issues that they care about. And redistricting is a massive issue. We're going to do an entire story just on the responses to that question. And I've asked everybody the same follow-up questions.
First of all, I got the name recognition to win. Like, this lady is an arrogant piece of shit.
What do you...
Yeah. I got the name. Nobody knows who the you are.
I've never heard of her.
Yeah.
Never
And
heard of her.
you know,
I'm a leader.
First of all, like she says that smug remark about not needing the voters, and then realizes that she up saying it and tries to come back around and say, well, I'm going to try to win every vote. Like, this woman is insane. Like, insane. I hope she wins.
But dude, they show the true, like, tyrannical, like, this is who she really is. Yeah. That's her.
I mean, it can't get worse. You go from Jerry Brown to Newsom to, I mean, what?
Dude, you know who I wanted to win out there? Larry Elders.
He won.
He did. He did.
They just wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Look, man,
if you want to talk about election integrity, California is the, you know, I mean, boxes, like truckloads of ballots.
Bro, you talk to the people out there, even on the street, and the people who you would think would want Newsom and shit, and they're like, no, no.
Yeah.
You know, like, we were out there right when that recall election happened, and we were asking people on the street, like, and they were all like, no, Newsom, we voted for Larry Elder. We did this. We didn't vote for him. Like, and then he wins.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They stole that from Larry. Like,
yeah, there's no doubt about it, dude. There's no doubt about it.
Larry's he's a good man.
Oh yeah, he's been a
awesome
awesome guy.
Yeah, really awesome.
This woman,
he's my dad.
This woman is insane, bro.
Unhinged, bro.
You could tell she lives in her own little bubble. Oh, my name recognition.
Get out of my shot.
I'm a leader.
Lights on, lights off.
A leader to the buffet.
If it's a good one, I'll be behind her, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a 3 liter, bro. You remember the old 3 liters?
I remember the 40s.
Yeah. No, you don't know. They used to have 3 liters.
3 liter soda.
Yeah.
Why would you even need that much?
Twos is not enough.
Yeah.
The shit goes flat before you drink it all.
Not before you drink it all. All right, keep going. Jesus, we've been talking about this stupid lady for 20 minutes.
That's the lady, but speaking of tyrants, you know, because they're all behind it, you know. So there's this new report that just came out that they have found a lot of things that have been funding Antifa riots. You guys seen this report? So we've talked on Antifa for a lot. I've had some fun with them back in 2020 during the George Floyd riots. I got to mess around with some of this. Highly organized, very like highly organized and sophisticated, especially when you look at like the money and where
that's to say we're well funded, highly organized, well funded,
highly organized, very well funded. And you know, we've uncovered a lot on the show. A lot of that is our money that's funding them. It's taxpayer dollars that's going right back to them. But this report just came out from Breitbart. The GAI's Seamus Bruner reveals that left-wing funders such as Roy Singham behind Antifa riots. Because this has been a thing. It's like, where is it coming from? Who is it coming from? We knew Soros was a big factor in it. But there are a lot of people who, you know, don't have a big social media
with
following,
names and addresses.
With names that you've never heard, people you've never seen in the public eye, that are all, you know, being puppeteers behind the divide in this country. And so we like to shine some light on that. So let's follow this story a little bit. Seamus Bruner, he's the director of research at the Government Accountability Institute, or GAI, has revealed that left-wing funders such as billionaire Neville Roy Singham were behind left-wing Antifa riots and protests. During a roundtable event on Antifa with President Donald Trump, Bruner explained that he, GAI President Peter Schweizer, and their team followed a trail of money and followed it to the top of what they called the Protest Industrial Complex, or Riot Inc. Bruner explained that the so-called Riot Inc. was made up of many different divisions and that dozens of radical organizations have received millions of dollars from Riot Inc. Quote, we found a network of NGOs. It's not just the Soros Network, the Open Society Network. It's other funding networks, the Arabella Funding Network, the Tides Funding Network, Neville Roy Singham and his network, Foreign Cash, Bruner explained. And it's also big left-wing funders. Some of them are not even citizens of this country. Number two, we have identified dozens of radical organizations, not just the decentralized Antifa organizations, but dozens of radical organizations that have received more than $100 million from the Riot Inc. investors, Bruner added. Quote, these would be the lawyer groups. These would be the groups that advocate for calling good, honest Americans fascists. And then three, I think the most shocking thing is that we have found that more than $100 million in U.S. taxpayer funding has flowed into these funding networks, including at least $4 million to these very groups themselves. And we've seen it, right? We've seen it during the protests, whether it was, I mean, you even go back to Mike Brown, you had pallets of bricks being dropped off on street corners at these protests. You had, you know, the gas mask, like we saw the most recent riots that were in California where the truck's pulling up and it's dumping off these $100 gas masks. I mean, truck bed full of them, just passing them out. Like somebody bought those. Who bought those? Where did that money come from?
And orchestrated it. Right?
And orchestrating it. I mean, like there is a level of sophistication. I know we see. You know,
how is that not illegal? Like,
yeah, I mean, and that's
right?
why
it
is illegal, and that's why it is illegal. The funding the money to these things is illegal. The orchestrating of them is illegal. The facilitation of it's illegal, and that's why I think the administration rightfully is deemed Antifa as a terrorist organization,
as they should,
to be able to enforce these things. I mean, it's a crime.
Yeah.
And that just hasn't been enforced.
Right. Yeah, right. And I think the tough part is because when we see Antifa, right, we see the blue-haired, you know, people running around with the pool noodles and trash can lids, but there is a much deeper rooted evil of highly organized and this sort of symphony of division you got going on. And, you know, people don't think it's, you know, much because, again, you just see the blue-haired, you know, trash can lid holder, right? It's much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. And lock them all up. Put them all in jail.
I mean, the paid protesters.
Yeah.
The call for paid protesters.
Isn't that the same Secret Service guy that was at Trump's assassination attempt?
I think they look similar but different. Curran's not that buff. It could be his brother. It looks. I mean, yeah, but no, that's not the same guy. But yeah, man. I mean, what do we got on this?
You tell me, bro.
I say put him in. I would love to see him in an orange jumpsuit. To be real, what do you think he is? About a 4X, 3X?
Those slippers. Those plastic slippers.
Look, dude, at this point in time, we all know what's going on. We all know that terrorist groups are being funded inside our country by our own citizens and, in some cases, our own political figures and operatives. Okay, we know these things. We know that there are tax dollars being given to and have been given to USAID, funneled through NGOs, funneled back out to these terrorist organizations, which makes people in our government complicit to their own terrorism that we're experiencing on the street. We know the main funders. We know, their names, and nothing's happening. So, like, these guys sit in this room, Trump gets in this room and says, well, these guys should be arrested or should be prosecuted. Well, why the fuck is he not doing it?
The thing about with money is there's always a paper trail. I run several nonprofits, and the amount, especially when you start getting in the millions of dollars. Like I have Mighty Oaks, for example, for over a decade now, we've had a third-party independent accountant who we don't even see the things that they produce. Like the level of of accountability and paper trail that goes into running a 501c3, which you don't own, by the way. You get to steward. It's owned by the government. And so the fact that these NGOs are getting away with this is just, it's by choice because the money, the paper trail is there.
That's right. They're allowing it.
They're allowing it. The paper trail's there. The money's there. You can trace it all the way back.
So what we're saying is that our own government has allowed people in our country to fund criminals, to do criminal acts. And when we try to stop that, we get put in jail. Yeah. What's that tell you about our government?
It's pretty corrupt.
It's pretty corrupt.
It's not corrupt. Yeah. It's that our government stands for them, not us. Right. That's where we're at this point in time. The government is protecting criminal organizations for reasons unknown to the public that we speculate about every day, which creates confusion, creates arguments, creates distrust and destabilization of our own society. And they claim to do something about it when people get mad, but they don't do anything about it. So what does that tell you?
Much of which is foreign influenced.
Correct. Yeah. But what does it tell you? It tells you they don't represent the people.
It's not for the people.
No, it hasn't been that way forever.
We were never set up to have professional politicians. We were set up to have citizen servants who stepped away from their job as a CEO of a company to go serve for a few years, sacrifice, and then come back to that company, but never to be a career. America was never set up to have career politicians. And one of the greatest things that could ever be done in America to clean up some of this stuff that we're talking about would be term limits in Congress, which would have to be voted for by Congress, and so it would never happen. But that one thing would change so much in our country.
They know it will change that much, so they don't do it.
Yep.
Right.
And that's like...
It's just like stopping the lobbying. They're not going to stop.
Why would you vote yourself out of your honey hole position where you can create as much wealth as you want by simply just voting a certain way?
Yeah.
Our votes are for sale. Right?
Well, because those politicians can't go be CEOs. They can't go be entrepreneurs.
They don't even know what's going on.
No.
They don't even know what it's like to be a real person. Look at the picture of Hillary Clinton touring the regular apartment that is you can look up online. Like she's blown away by the way, what we see as a middle class living. Mm-hmm. She sees it as, holy shit, this is a peasant. And we're lied to, we're taken advantage of, we're stolen from, our money's used against us. And then we're told we live in a free country. And we're told that our government represents us. This is not true. These things are objectively just not true. Yeah. And I love the idea of America. I'm a patriot for the idea of America. I'm a patriot for the people of America. But what America represents right now is not those things. And it hasn't been those things in a long time.
Well, if you do love America and you are a patriot, then you will speak up against these things. Right?
Yeah, but we're getting to the point where speaking up just ain't getting it done. So we got to ask ourselves, dude, in a very real way, what are we going to do? Because I believed Trump was going to do it. I believed he was. And he's not doing it. And so that puts us, able-bodied men, in a very unique position of deciding, are we going to try and fix this situation regardless of what it means? Or are we going to hand this version of freedom in America off to our children to deal with? And I don't have kids. And maybe that's why I feel so comfortable speaking and standing for it. Mm-hmm. But I'll be honest, dude, I don't feel good about I'm not down with letting that happen. I'm not down with passing these problems and this corruption and this shit into your kids' hands or yours or my brother's. I just don't, that's not acceptable to me. And I'm real tired of seeing these fat, like this Pritzker and this douchebag with his little gray beard try and pretend that they're doing something for anybody. They're not doing anything for anybody. They're doing things for themselves. And they come out with their smile and they take advantage of the average intelligence American who is too busy trying to pay their bills and survive to actually understand the corruption that's happening. You know, if you tell someone, hey man, do you realize that you pay most of your money in tax? Most of it, more than half. They'll say, that's not true. I say, okay, well, let's do the math. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're in the lowest tax bracket. All right. But let's add up all the other shit that you pay tax on. The tax you pay to purchase things, the tax you pay to sell things, the tax you pay to own things. And then we'll
things, yeah.
Yeah, you don't own anything because if you don't pay your tax, they'll take it.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't own property.
We don't own anything. It's a lie. Everything about America that we've been told is a fucking lie. That's the truth. And until we restore America to what it's supposed to be, where we do have private ownership and we aren't taxed to death and we aren't lied to and oppressed, we won't have a country, dude. We don't have one right now. We have good people that live here. This isn't about the people. This is about our government. Our government's the biggest government that's ever existed in the history of humankind. And people, you know, they've got us over a barrel. They've got us in a position where the average person cannot pay attention to what's actually going on because they can barely get by, but they can still get by so they're not starving to the point where, you know, when revolutions happen, it's usually because people are starving. And they understand. They've got people over a barrel and they're keeping them there. And that's not what anybody voted for this time. And it's very frustrating. And when you talk to these people, they will say, well, it's more complicated. No, it's not. It's really not that complicated, bro. Biden came in and signed 30, 40, 50 executive orders in one day. Just do the same shit. And then anybody who gets in the way, put them in jail. Okay? Like, the American people want that. The American people want the plate to be clean. That's what they voted for. And I'm going to be real, dude. I don't think people are prepared to handle if he doesn't do it. So if he hands us the government back in the same way he got it, there's going to be mass casualties on our soil, one way or another. So
yeah, man. Chat, what you guys got on this?
Land of the free. Be
tax slave idiot. Yeah.
Did you guys vote? Like, am I off base here with you guys? I know you guys generally agree with me and say, yeah, okay, I agree. But like, real talk, like, did we not vote for him to sweep the floor? Isn't that what the we voted for? Do you guys feel comfortable leaving this shit to your kids? Is that okay? I don't even have kids. It's not okay with me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, man. Guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know down in the comments.
We do need a Sulla. Kind of weird my name is Frisella. Maybe I was born to do it, man.
Foreshadowing that. Yeah. A couple thousand years ago. Yeah, man. Guys, jump in the comments.
These river cooters. Oh man, that's some funny shit, bro.
What's a river cooter?
I don't know, but it sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know what a river cooter is.
Hold on. What is a river cooter?
I don't know. It's probably super racist. I'm probably going to get canceled for it, but it was funny. Made me laugh.
Swamp ass. Cooter in the river.
Cooter in the river. That's a clean cooter. A little cooter wash.
All right. Guys, let us know down in the comments what you guys think.
Better wash your cooter.
Yeah, always wash your cooter.
Yeah.
That's right. But with that being said, let's get to our final segment of the show. As always, guys, we have thumbs up or dumb as
river cooter.
This is where we bring.
I see a couple of those at the truck stop.
Oh yeah. This is where we bring a headline in. We talk about it. We vote on it. We give it one of two options. And so, with that being said, in the spirit of Halloween, I know you're excited for your candy corn. Are you a candy corn guy?
No.
Okay, good. Smart guy.
Show's over.
So no, we got Halloween coming up, and people are doing interesting things. So let's for our thumbs up or dumbest climate, it reads: South Carolina couple's Halloween display sparks constant 911 calls, divides internet. It should be illegal. I mean, I don't know how bad you can get.
I'm anxious to see it.
Okay, all right. So let's dive into this. Trick or heat. A spirited South Carolina couple is pleading with their neighbors to stop calling 911 over their elaborate Halloween decoration that makes their home appear as if it's engulfed in flames. Sam Lee and Amanda Riggins-Peden said that the same night they turned on their eye-catching setup at their Fountain Inn home on October 3rd, the local fire department received 3 or 4 calls reporting the house as being on fire. They told Today.com. Quote, "Our house will be on fire, not real fire, as Halloween decorations every night from 8 to 10 p.m. between now and October 31st, Peden wrote. Please do not call the fire department again." Let's check this clip out.
Dude, that looks real.
It looks pretty real.
Yeah.
The fog and everything.
I mean, that looks super real. I'm definitely calling the cops. Yeah.
You're driving by, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty crazy.
I'm calling the fire department because I don't want you to get burned up, bro.
Yeah, if I'm driving by, I'm calling too.
I mean, if you saw
Might
that,
even go kick the front door in.
yeah. If you saw,
right?
yeah. What's for dinner? I mean, I'm calling. That's real shit.
I'm calling.
Yeah,
I'm calling.
100%.
Come on, guys. That's not funny.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're like known for these crazy schemes at their house.
Yeah,
so
but that one's like, you'd be worried.
that's a lot. Yeah. So in 2021, they made their home appear as if an aviation disaster has happened on their front lawn. They brought in an actual plane filled with skeleton passengers, one dangling from a tree by a parachute. They also staged a mock car crash featuring an overturned van with a 12-foot skeleton trapped inside. It just, quote, it just gotten crazier and crazier every year, and now the house is on fire. Dude, that's pretty fucking convincing.
I'll be honest, like, I don't know where people get the time. I have a hard time stringing Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Bro, I put my Christmas lights up. I don't take that shit down till April.
You don't even take them down.
I don't take them down.
Your shit's up right now, ain't it? Don't lie.
No, I took them down. I didn't take them down, but I had them take them down. Yeah. That's pretty insane though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would call 911, kick the front door in, going in to save somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not cool, man.
So not cool?
I mean, like, that's a little too much. That looks real.
It does look. It looks super.
Like, Halloween's supposed to be fun, not like we gotta jump in and save your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That might be a little much.
It's too much.
Might be
the
a little
car
much.
crash.
I'm all about Halloween, man.
Yeah.
I'm just not about that. That's too much.
That looks. So
Bro, what
good,
was
bro.
that thing you were telling me about earlier? The asteroid.
Oh, Atlas 3 or what 3?
You know about it, Joe?
Oh, the one that's coming to hit us?
What do you know about that?
So, I mean, this has been going on for months now, but it's getting more and more popular as it's getting closer to Earth. And there's saying that it's really weird because as it was like just entering our solar system, they were saying it was a spacecraft the size of Manhattan, and even kind of alluding to intentions. I'm like, how do you allude to intentions? Yeah, nuclear powered, right? So, I mean, for me,
trajectory. I saw some. Yeah.
To me, it's a project. I think it's
Project Bluebeam.
Project Bluebeam.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
To me, Project Bluebeam.
That's where
Chad's
bro,
the guy.
that's where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Chad is the man.
So, hey, another episode on Shadow Figures coming out is Project Bluebeam episode.
No shit.
Let's talk about it now, bro. I mean, dude, that when you told me that, because you sent me it in my DMs, I was looking at it and I'm like, no, these dudes are really going to do Bluebeam.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know what Bluebeam is, it's a holographic false flag where they simulate the invasion of aliens in order to unify the world into one world government.
That's right.
Or the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Right?
It's basically like, they could do like, reverse engineered UAPs, or I mean, one of the things we test on Shadow Figures is the ability to put thoughts in your.
What do you mean you test them on Shadow Figures?
So the show we have come out called Shadow Figures, the theorist was talking about Project Bluebeam that I interviewed, Dr. Stephen Greer, and he was talking about the holographs, reverse engineered UAPs, and the ability to be able to get everyone to come together, throw away their beliefs, their religion, come under one world. government for because of alien invasion. So one of the things we tested, we like all these different things. We could test one thing, so we decided to test: could someone put thoughts into your mind? And so we found someone that claimed they could make a ultrasonic sound laser and make you think that you're actually thinking something in your mind.
Is that true?
Yes. And we were able to prove it with the guy had Radio Shack level. Now imagine a government, right? He had Radio Shack level equipment. Blew our mind. Like we were able to show that you could actually put thoughts into, like we could be sitting here, you could have it directed at us and he would hear it and I wouldn't hear it. And you could even put his own voice so it sounds like imagine what you could do like a guy like you, Joe Rogan, right? You every day, the president of the United States, or a group of people in a Project Bluebeam scenario.
Or the MK Ultra shit, bro. You take one of these people that's disturbed already and you start putting in their brain, hey, shoot Charlie Kirk. Right. Whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, bro, excited that we were able to prove it.
So that's real shit.
It's real. I mean, it was the episode's gonna be great.
I got chills too, bro.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
It's I wish I could tell you guys the network that's gonna air it because I can't yet. But it's the final episode is Project Bluebeam. It's crazy.
Well, dude, think about this too. Now all of a sudden you can't tell what's real or fake on the internet
with all the AI shit.
Yeah.
So now if you have a live event that you could simulate where enough people see it, and then you back it up with AI shit that like you could convince everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they just convinced everybody that the cold was going to kill the whole world. You don't think they can convince you with some AI and some holographs?
Yeah. Put some sounds in your head.
Dude, those videos in China, the bodies dropping and shit. How do we know that shit wasn't AI?
I believed it.
Because, I mean, to your point, if he was able to...
Didn't you not? Everybody believed it for a couple days.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, we're watching on TV and they're like, coronavirus. And we're all kind of laughing. And then all of a sudden, they're showing in hazmat suits carrying bodies off the street in China and people in China falling over. And we're all like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
And then come to find out nobody's falling over and dying from this shit. Like, so if they were able to create that much disruption with that level of deception, what could they create with a second coming of Christ or aliens?
Bro, that's what I'm, you know what I think is tied into Bluebeam? I've been thinking about this is all the 5G shit. I think that is like you talk about, he was able to use Radio Shack level stuff. I believe it's pure speculation that 5G is tied into Project Bluebeam somehow, some way.
Well, they
put towers everywhere.
Well, one of the theories, that every single vaccine has an individual serial number. Okay, so they were trying. Now, dude, I don't know how true.
We're about to get crazy right now.
No, listen, I'm just telling you what I looked into, and I've never really brought it up on the show because it sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're saying is that the 5G tower, this is their theory, okay, that the 5G tower can send out an individualized signal that is attached to the serial number of the vaccine and the nanoparticles that are in people and can actually kill them.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Like it can make the nanoparticles assemble and give you a clot and kill you off of a individualized signal.
Bro, I'm gonna go buy a Nokia phone, like an old school Nokia, bro.
You control people with that information, just knowing that, hey, you could do what I want, or I could.
That's right.
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
Your vaccine number is 0075627. Here it is right here in our system. And by the way, if you don't do what the fuck I tell you, I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill all your friends.
Yeah.
Their numbers are blah, blah, blah. Right? Like, I mean, it's crazy shit, dude.
Or you die.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, it scares the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah, we know David Icke. I mean, yeah, we're all familiar, bro. Cash. I mean, we got to have a limit of how far we go on the show because not everything's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like to talk about things that I can't verify at all. But I'm just saying, like, these are things that are out there that people are saying. And if we're talking about somebody being able to send a message that only someone can hear into their brain, what we just talked about with the 5G and the nano, that's not outlandish to think.
No. It's not. I mean, I watched him do it. He was able to do a group of us or individuals and select individuals. And then we took some, in an episode, we take some police officers who think we're doing a remote viewing exercise and totally.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, totally tricked them. And so they believe we were doing telepathy, but we were actually using technology.
That's crazy.
So we totally convinced them.
Oh,
I don't give the full spoiler alert.
Dude, I don't want to know you no more. I don't even want to know you no more.
No, I do, because I want to know I want to know if I start hearing myself tell myself, kill, 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 kill. I'm like,
100 to 0, let's go.
Yeah, Andy, chill. Bro, remember when we had to arrest that motherfucker that came here and said I was talking to him through the radio?
Yeah, we've had a couple of those.
Bro, we've had a couple people we've had to arrest that said that I was listen, we've had I've had two stalkers that went to prison because they said that I was talking to them through their radio.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to them. Like people are already crazy, dude. So then you take some of these crazy people and you put the shit in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, dude. This shit, oh.
So when's this thing supposed to hit Earth or reach Earth? November?
Like next month? Okay, cool. Well, nice knowing you.
Yeah, well, it's great to meet you, Chad. Man.
I'm going to tell you this. I ain't doing shit those aliens say. I'm not doing shit. F you aliens.
You got to come and get me, E.T. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Huh? Yeah, they want to probe my booty.
Oh, yeah. Bro, listen, Andy, we can open up this portal, all right?
Which portal? The black hole? Fuck, dude. Let me ask you another thing. So you're big into your faith.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and if you don't want to talk about this is okay. But I had this conversation last night with a good friend of mine who's recently sort of found their faith. And one of the things that always I struggle with, okay, is, the 10 commandment that says thou shalt not murder, right? I always thought it was thou shalt not kill, but I most recently learned that it's actually thou shalt not murder.
Right.
And then in Genesis 9:6, it talks about the blood of man being shed, that man's blood shall be shed by man, because we're made in the image of God. So, and this is just, dude, like, I'm assuming, you've disposed of some people before in your life and what you've done. How do you justify that as like a Christian? Is that like,
it's never, it hasn't been an issue for me.
No. I'm saying like,
yeah.
Cause like, dude, I feel like we're supposed to eliminate bad people, bro. Like for real. I
do too.
Yeah.
So I think it's a heart posture thing, right? Like, I mean, even as a Christian right now that runs a ministry, if we go overseas and somebody puts my team in harm's way in the humanitarian work that we do, I'm going to put them down. I mean, that's if I had to defend myself or innocent people, I'm going to put them down. And I don't have any kind of conflict in my faith with that. Like you said, the 10 Commandments talks about thou shalt not murder. And so I think the defense of human life, and also, if you get into the Bible and get into the Old Testament, get into 1st and 2nd Samuel, you're talking about like, warfare, warfare, good people versus bad people. And I mean, Gideon.
Somebody has to be.
Somebody has to.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that's where
Gideon,
that's where I've found myself lately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really interesting. There's a author named Cliff Graham, and he goes through, like, it's historical fiction, but he goes through all the Old Testament war stories. And I mention it just because I think someone like you'd be interested in that kind of story. It's like historical fiction of just this brutal, like war stuff that happens in the Old Testament. And, God's, we're in a broken world. There's evil people in this broken world, and God raises up good men, warriors, to extinguish evil.
Yeah.
And that's
how I see
the beginning of the time. And I've done it before.
Yeah.
And if I had to, I'd happily do it again. For my family, for myself, for my friends, and for innocent people. I mean, it's anybody that's ever had to take human life knows that it's not I mean, I know some people that actually like embellish, but to me,
there's all different kinds.
Yeah, it's all different.
But as a well-centered human being doesn't take it lightly.
Yeah, it doesn't take it lightly. It's a very, you realize the first time you take a human life, you realize something I think inside of me, I think it was like probably a spiritual thing. I instantly realized the permanence of it. Like that person will never be here.
He's not coming back.
Not coming back. You immediately realize the permanence of it. So it's a very heavy and serious thing. So when I say this, it's not like flippantly like, I'll go shoot some Taliban.
I understand, yeah.
But I don't have any spiritual issues with it whatsoever with my faith.
I always did until recently when I started like really looking into it. And then I started realizing like we're not supposed to be passive and just allow these evil people to do evil.
Right.
You know, and I think that's a problem with modern day Christianity is that a lot of people believe that they're supposed to continue to turn the other cheek. And I actually think that that's cowardice. I think that's
a lot of cowardice in the pulpits of and one of the things I do as a Christian,
it's easy to hide people's cowardice under the Bible by saying, well, we're supposed to turn the other cheek. It's like, dude, no, not all the time.
Well, it's gotten to the point to where pastors in our communities won't even stand up and talk about issues that affect their community that they're supposed to be shepherding and pastoring. You have pastors that'll stand in a pulpit and won't even talk about this sexual indoctrination of children, the sexual mutilation of children, books in the library. They won't talk about a pro-life position from the pulpit. I'm like, if you're a pastor in that community and you can't talk about these things, you should probably go to get a different job, because where else can your community go outside the house of faith to hear their pastor, their shepherd in their community to speak about biblical truths on these things? So we got to leave it to the politicians to talk about it.
That person's not a real Christian, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like real talk. Like, let's just be real. That person, okay, that
weak.
Here's what happens, and this is real shit. You don't think, because like I always think about it like this, okay, like because Christians have been heavily persecuted, right, forever, and a lot of times when Christians have been killed, they've been forced to denounce Christ at the time of their death. I don't believe someone like that would stand by Christ.
At the
time of their death. I think they would cower the out.
I don't. However, there are some incredible, like every time I take the opportunity to say that there's a lot of pastors like that in America, I want to take this chance to say there's some amazing.
Totally agree.
There's Joe B. Martin, Pastor Alan Jackson.
Totally agree.
Incredible guys, man. Yeah. And you know what's really cool is like most of the pastors that they're worried more about the numbers in their seats. They're about souls in heaven. And so they're I don't want to offend people because I don't want people to leave the church. Those pastors, I know them personally, their churches were like, before COVID, were like, you know, they're big churches. But after COVID, when they stood their ground on that pulpit,
they're huge.
Their churches blew up because people are seeking truth and they're seeking leadership and courage.
Strong leadership.
Yep.
That's correct.
And those churches have blown up.
I just, you know, I was having a conversation with a good buddy of mine last night, and we were talking about this exact topic. And I was just curious to hear your take as a warrior. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And I've been around, been in a soft community for a long time, and I know people that are, you know, agnostics to atheists to you name it, and Christians, and I think everybody pretty much shares, especially guys that have. I think because everyone that has taken life at some level has had to reconcile it.
Yeah.
In their own way. And
I mean, there's a difference between reconciling it, justifying it, and understanding that it's required. And honestly, it's the Bible calls for it in those circumstances.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's just kind of a recent understanding for me in the last year or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I always felt like, well, dude, if I stand up and we actually do this, or like, am I going to be punished for it? Yeah. And the answer is no. You know, the answer is you're actually doing the wrong thing by allowing it to exist.
Yeah, I do think it comes down on an individual basis. Like there's the whole just heart theory, but like
certain people are built for that.
Yeah, but that heart posture of like I'm in combat. It's justified combat, so I'm just gonna kill somebody just to kill somebody. That's like there's a line. There's a line.
Yeah.
Real, man.
And there's people like that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've talked to I know a few. You know, I know a couple guys, you know, who, you know, they deal with the mental issues of combat, right? And you talk to them and you're like, so what does it mean? Like at first I didn't understand, because I was always like, the way society presents it is like they're struggling because they did these things. And then you find out talking to them, the reason they struggle is because they can't do it anymore.
They're not doing it. Yeah.
Most veterans, and I'm in a space, right, at Mighty Oaks, like most veterans who struggle with PTSD, even combat trauma, even like haven't experienced kinetic combat, they're not struggling from things they've seen or did. They're struggling with the loss of purpose.
Yeah.
Like, we're created that purpose.
Yeah,
like
course.
purpose is what makes it. So now you're important. You had a mission. You had a job. You were
Tools,
significant.
resources.
You know what's funny, brother?
Now it's going.
That's in everything. You know, that's with pro athletes. That's with entrepreneurs. Like if you exit your sport or your game or your purpose or your community for money, you know, for example, like I know a lot of entrepreneurs who have sold their businesses and then kill themselves later.
Yeah.
And it's not because they didn't have money. It's not because, and people correlate. They say, well, see what happens? They get rich and then they kill themselves because it's so terrible. No, it's not terrible to be rich. Actually, it's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
But what's
you do a lot of good with it too.
That's
And
right.
be happy.
You can't do good without money. It's
Right.
you know, you can, but not at scale.
Yeah.
But here's what it does. They sell their purpose. And they don't realize they're selling their purpose. You know, they're selling their organization, the thing that gets them out of bed. They're like, I remember, you know, I was talking to one of my buddies who sold, and he's like, fuck, nobody needs me anymore. And like, I don't know what to do, you know? And so
nobody's bringing me problems to solve.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and so, dude, if you go from being heavily needed to not being needed at all, that's a super hard thing to deal with.
Mark Twain has one of my favorite quotes. He says, the two most important days in a person's life are the day that they're born and the day they find out why.
Yeah.
Like when you have to have purpose. Like, again, it's
easy to find it if it's easy to find purpose if you understand that the most valuable purpose is external. It's not something for you.
Right.
It's to give, not to get.
Yeah.
You know, but
especially as men, we're producers, not consumers.
That's right.
Like when you're producing something,
you have to produce.
Yes,
bro. Even if it's a garden, dude. Even if it's you know, you're organizing the church charity drive or whatever, you got to have something, dude. And we live in this world that rewards and promotes this idea that happiness is like when I have no responsibility. And it's when I have enough money to do nothing. Like, that's not going to fulfill you, bro. Like, that's not what you want. Like, this whole idea of like making a bunch of money and retiring when you're 40 so you can sit on the beach with a Corona. You're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
That'd be good for about a week. And then
Yeah, let's go for a couple days. We'll be back, you know? Dude, I really enjoyed having you on the show, brother.
Oh, man, I'm thankful to be on.
Yeah. I think you're doing awesome stuff, dude. And
I appreciate it.
It's really cool to hear your perspective on all of these things. Where do you live?
Texas.
Where at?
Yeah, about an hour north of Houston.
Yeah.
The Woodlands, Texas.
Yeah, Woodlands. Yeah, it's a great area.
Yeah, it's a really cool area. Outside the weather, I think we said that earlier. Outside the weather, it's one of the great. I travel a lot, so being near the Houston airport, is really really nice. I go to Columbia a lot too. This last year, I'm working with a company down there called BioAccelerator, stem cell company. Have you heard of them?
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Sal just got back from there.
Not
from stem cells. He went to Columbia for a wedding.
Okay. Oh yeah. And go up to Medellin, Colombia.
Yeah.
Eric Stauffer's the CEO there. But what we started doing is I went down as a patient, and then they started helping like guys, working me to help guys who were combat wounded. And man, like the result, it's criminal that we have to go to Colombia to get it done. The stem cell there is different than here, and the FDA, wants to regulate it because
does it work?
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Like I had stem cell done in the States before. Nothing. I went down there and it was immediate. Like,
how do we get
knocked years off my life?
Do they have any of that stuff that makes your hair turn back to normal? Like, so it's not gray? I want that.
I don't know.
I'm getting a little too much salt, not enough pepper. You know what I'm saying?
I want that too.
You go down. They're actually doing stem cell in your hair to make your hair grow back. But also you go down to Colombia and get the hair transplant.
Yeah.
My son just did it.
They do face transplants.
What's that?
Face transplants for this guy.
All right, bro.
Oh, bro.
Colombian face.
That was my dad jokes coming through there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I got that one from my dad.
Yeah, that's good.
That's amazing, though, man. That's the treatment down there.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Love it, man. Where can people support you at?
My website, ChadRobichaux.com, it's kind of a landing page for like Mighty Oaks Foundation, the humanitarian work we do. My podcast is a Resilient Show.
You got a great show, by the way.
I got some great guests.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I caught a little bit of it, this week because I knew you were coming on.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really cool shit, man.
Yeah, we get a lot of combat vets.
Yeah.
definitely look forward to having you on. I've had Sean Ryan, Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
Yeah, he's an awesome human being.
Is he?
He really.
He seems like he would be.
Yeah, he's an awesome human, and he's been on. Yeah, we've had some great guests. And,
That's awesome.
And got really great show sponsors, Smith & Wesson and Vortex, or like I know we talked about them earlier, but just such great people. And every one of my guests, it helps me to get, getting guests on a show is not always easy, so it helps to be able to give them a good gift like a Smith & Wesson gun. It's funny is like even people who could afford a gun, they like to get one.
Very much so appreciated.
Yeah,
the funny thing is I've had a couple guests on the show that give me really nice shit, and like, dude, I look like Brantley Gilbert gave me the nicest gift I've gotten on the show, which was a pair of matching Sig Sauer pistols.
Yeah,
and all custom made, and you know what's funny, dude, is like we stayed friends after that. Like because dude, like that shit, that art form is kind of lost of giving a meaningful gift. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just think, Sean does that too. And I think it matters, bro. It's a good cultural signal of respect. And I look at those guns every time I'm in my office. I look at those guns. I think of Brantley. You know what I'm saying? So I guarantee you, dude, your guests love that. Yeah. Love it.
Try to do it custom, and we gave have you seen Idiocracy?
Yeah.
So I gave Terry Crews a revolver, and in the barrel it says President Camacho.
Because that's the character he is in the movie.
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah. It's hilarious, dude. He's such a funny guy in his movies. He's a great role guy.
Yeah.
If you hadn't seen it, you got to go watch it.
It's a documentary about what's going on.
Yeah, I was like we're living
right now. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check it out, man. Well, guys, Chad, Andy, that's all I got.
All right, guys. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah,
appreciate it, bro. It's been a blast,
guys. Thank you for the show. We will see you Monday. Don't be a hoe.
Shut the show.